अस्ति तस्य निर्देशकः भवति अयं महाभागः। एवम् अस्माकं महाविद्यालये बहुवारम् आगतः, मार्गदर्शनं च कृतवन्तः। तेभ्यः महाभागेभ्यः अस्माकं महाविद्यालयस्य नाम्नि, ऐतिह्यस्य नाम्नि, सर्वेषां नाम्नि, मम नाम्नि च हार्दिकं स्वागतं व्याहरामि। अनन्तरं समारोहकार्यक्रमस्य मुख्यभाषणं करोति अस्माकं सुपरिचितः डॉक्टर CM नीलकण्ठन् महाभागाः। अयं महाशयः संस्कृत कलाशालायां साहित्यविभागे अध्यक्षः आसीत्। तदनन्तरं तत्रैव सेण्टर् फोर् वेदिक् स्टडीस् इत्यस्य अध्यक्षः अपि आसीत्। ततः सेवानिवृत्त्यनन्तरं कलामण्डलस्य प्रकाशनविभागाध्यक्षः आसीत्। वेदविद्याप्रचरणे निमग्नः इदानीमपि कडवल्लूर् अन्यून्यम् इति वेदसदसः पुनःसञ्चालने मुख्यः इदानीमपि। एवं सदा कार्यनिरतः अयं महाभागः प्रतिवर्षं तत्र सञ्चाल्यमाण विद्वद्गोष्ठिषु वाक्यार्थसदसि नित्यसान्निध्यं कृतवन्तः। तथा अस्मान् मार्गदर्शे निर्देशं कृतवन्तः। एवम् अस्मान् मार्गनिर्देशेन सुमार्गं दत्तवदेभ्यः श्री नीलकण्ठ महाभागेभ्यः मम विद्यालयस्य नाम्नि, ऐतिह्यस्य नाम्नि, सर्वेषां नाम्नि, मम नाम्नि च हार्दिकं स्वागतं व्याहरामि। अनन्तरं प्रबन्धावतरणार्थम् आगतवतः डॉक्टर SN महेश बाबू महाभागः। अयं महाशयः पूर्वं बहुवारम् अत्र आगत्य प्रबन्धेन अस्मान् पुष्यमाणः आसीत्। तेभ्यः महाभागेभ्यः स्वागतं व्याहरामि। अनन्तरं प्रबन्धावतारकः तेजस् नम्बूदिरी। अयम् अत्रैव वेदान्तविभागे छात्रः आसीत्। परिश्रमिणः तस्य अपि स्वागतं व्याहरामि। एवम् अन्येषां सर्वेषां कृते पुनरपि स्वागतं व्याहृत्य अह्यङ्गशायिनं श्री पद्मनाभं भवद्भिः सह प्रार्थयन् विरतो भवामि। जयतु संस्कृतं, जयतु भारतम्।
धन्यवादः Dr. M. Harinarayanan Mahashaya. Today's first paper will be presented by Dr. Rani Sadashivamurthy, most respected, eminent scholar who have composed our college song Kalalaya Geetam. Famous poet, visionary, and a true well-wisher of our college. He is presently the Dean of Academic Affairs, National Sanskrit University, Tirupati. He has written a vast series of books, composed many CDs, and lots of honors, including Sahitya Academy Puraskara. He has been received by him I cordially invite Dr. Rane Sadashivamurthy to present his ultra-rich paper on multidisciplinary research in Sanskrit. Swagatam Mahabhaga Bhavataha Sanidhyena Bhavantu Karyantara Bahulyena Atyantam Tvaranyutaha Janami Tadhapi Bahu Karya Madhye Asman Anugrinhati Bhavan. Swagatam Bho Mahashaya.
धन्यवादः महाभागः। अंतरायतिमिरोपशान्तये शान्तपावनमचिन्त्य वैभवं तं नरं वपुषि कुञ्जरं मुखे मन्महे किमपि तुण्डिलं महः। आशासुरासी भवदङ्गवल्ली भासैव दासीकृतदुग्धसिन्धुं मन्दस्मितैर्निन्दितशारदेन्दुं वन्दे रविन्दासनसुन्दरित्वां। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमस्सभायै अद्यतन सभायाः सञ्चालकाः सन्ति अस्माकम् अत्यन्त आत्मीयाः आचार्याः उन्निकृष्णन् महाभागाः। तेषां तथैव स्वागतकर्तृभ्यः हरिनारायणमहोदयेभ्यः एवमेव कार्यक्रमसञ्चालकेभ्यः राजेशकुमारमहोदयेभ्यः सर्वेभ्यः अपि प्रणामः। एवं तत्र अन्तर्जालीय सदसि अस्यां भागग्राहिणः ये वर्तन्ते नानादिग्देशेभ्यः तत्र भागग्राहिणः सन्ति तेभ्यः सर्वेभ्यः अपि प्रणामः। अयं कश्चन महान् अवकाशः मम अस्मिन् सन्दर्भे एमर्जिङ्ग् ट्रेण्ड्स् इन् संस्कृत रिसर्च् इति नाम्ना प्रचाल्यमानायां गोष्ठ्यां तावत् नवमदिनाङ्कतः अद्य यावत् तत्र प्रचाल्यमानायां गोष्ठ्यां तावत् मह्यम् अवकाशं दत्तवन्तः आचार्याः उन्निकृष्णन् महाभागाः। तेषां तावत् प्रेम्णा मयि तेषां तावत् आत्मीयता भाववशाच्च अतस्तावत् अहं सर्वदा वदामि यतः यावद् अधिकम् अहं तत्र केरलं प्रति गतवान् न तथा अन्य प्रान्तान् प्रति एतावत्पर्यन्तमपि भारते। अतः आन्ध्रदेशानन्तरं केरलेष्वेव अटितवान् बहुत्र। कथमिति चेत् उन्निकृष्णन् महोदयाः तत्र परिकरभूताः आसन्, इदानीमपि परिकरभूताः सन्ति, इतः परमपि सर्वदा भवति। अतः एव सर्वत्र अहं वदामि तत्र केरलदेशाः तत्र मम द्वितीयजन्मस्थलसदृशाः इति। यद्यपि तत्र जन्म नाभूत् तथापि तावत् मम कीर्तेस्तावत् जन्म तत्र वर्तते। अतस्तावत् तत्र एवं यशसः जन्म तत्र वर्तते इति कारणात् केरलाः अस्माकं तावत् द्वितीयजन्मस्थलमिति अहं सर्वत्र वदामि। धन्यवादाः। इदानीं विषयं प्रविशामि। तत्र यथा ते उक्तवन्तः पुनः 11 वादने समावेशानन्तरम् अस्ति इति कारणात् दत्तं विषयं स्वीकृत्य तत्र एमर्जिङ्ग् ट्रेण्ड्स् इति वस्तुतः वयं सर्वेपि जानीमः नेशनल् एजुकेशन् पालिसी 2020 विषये। अतः तद्दृष्ट्या इदानीं सर्वैरपि संस्कृतज्ञैः जागृतैः भाव्यम्। अतः एतावत्पर्यन्तं या अनुसन्धानप्रक्रिया प्रचलति लोके तत्रैव नैकविध परिवर्तनानि आनेतव्यानि। कथं किमर्थम् इति चेत् तत्र हिन्दीक्षेत्रीयाः वा आङ्ग्लक्षेत्रीयाः वा आन्ध्रक्षेत्रीयाः वा अथवा अन्यान्य भाषाक्षेत्रीयाः ये वर्तन्ते ते कृतभोजनाः। अतः ते तुष्टिमन्तश्च। अतः तैः किमपि अधिकं करणीयं नास्ति। परन्तु अस्माभिः भोजनं तत्र पक्तव्यमस्ति भविष्यत्तराणां कृते। भविष्यत्कालिक जनरेशन्स् ये वर्तन्ते तेषां सर्वेषां कृते भोजनव्यवस्था अस्माभिः कल्पनीया वर्तते। वयं कथञ्चित् सम्पाद्य वयं खादामः, यत् खादामः तत् पर्याप्तं वा न वा इत्यपि न जानीमः। परन्तु इदानीम् आधुनिक समाजे यदि वयं पश्यामः तत्र संस्कृतस्य स्थितिः कीदृशी इति चेत् कीदृशी इति प्रष्टव्यमेव वर्तते। अतः एवमस्ति संस्कृतस्य स्थितिः इति तत्र सदृढं सुदृढं च वक्तुं वयं न प्रभवामः, तादृशी स्थितिरस्ति। परन्तु संस्कृतस्य बलं कीदृशमिति चेत् यावत् भारतस्य मूलं संस्कृतमेव, संस्कृतरहितं भारतं तावत् तत्र अस्माभिः चिन्तयितुमपि न शक्यते। परन्तु क्रमशः संस्कृतं विस्मरामः, भारतमपि विस्मरामः, इण्डिया इति कथयामः, आङ्ग्लम् आह्वयामश्च। एतादृशी स्थितिरस्ति आधुनिककाले। अतस्तावत् तथापि आङ्ग्लभाषाविषये अनादरः नास्ति अस्माकं। संस्कृतस्य विषये आदरः भवेत् इति वदामः। संस्कृतस्य प्रचारः करणीयः इत्यत्र तत्र नेशनल् एजुकेशनल् पालिसी 2020 यत् वर्तते तत्रापि संस्कृतस्य 22 सन्दर्भेषु संस्कृतस्य प्रसारः कथं भवितव्यं भवेत् इति इत्यत्र तत्र सूचनाः सन्ति। ताः सूचनाः अनुसृत्य मनसि निधाय अस्माभिः यत् कर्म करोमि तत्तदखिलं शम्भोस्तवाराधनम् इतिवत् यत् कार्यं वयं कुर्मः संस्कृतक्षेत्रे तत्सर्वमपि संस्कृतविकासाय भवेत्, न तु केवलम् आत्मविकासाय न भवेत् इति अस्माभिः चिन्तनीयमस्ति। एतद्दृष्ट्या यदा वयं वदामः, मम शीर्षकं यत् वर्तते संस्कृते नानाक्षेत्रीयानुसन्धानप्रकल्पाः इति, तेन साकं मया किं कृतम्, अनुसन्धानम् अ आ इ इति। किमेतत् अ आ इ इति चेत् आल्फाबेट्स् आफ् रिसर्च् इति कथयन्ति किल। किमर्थम् आल्फाबेट्स् इति वक्तव्यम्? आल्फा बीटा इति एतद्वयमपि ग्रीक् देशीय पदद्वयं तत् स्वीकृत्य आल्फाबेट् इति कथयामः अक्षर कोश सूचनार्थम्। अतः तद्वत् अत्र अनुसन्धानम् अ आ इ इत्युक्तम् अस्माभिः। अतः अत्र संस्कृते नानाक्षेत्रीय अनुसन्धानप्रकल्पाः इति यदा वदामः, अतः क्षेत्राणि कीदृशानि सन्ति इति प्रथमं दृष्ट्वा अनन्तरं वयं तत्र तेषु क्षेत्रेषु अस्माकं कार्यकलापाः कीदृशाः भवेयुः इति पश्यामः। वयं यदि पश्यामः तत्र वस्तुतः अस्मिन् यन्त्रे संस्कृते टङ्कणार्थम् अवकाशः नास्ति इति कारणात् आङ्ग्लभाषायां लिखितं, मध्यतः संस्कृते प्रविशामः वयम्। इदानीं तु तत्र पूर्वनिर्मित अंशाः ये वर्तन्ते ते संस्कृते वर्तन्ते यन्त्रान्तरे। अतः ततः स्वीकृतानि अत्र एतानि चित्राणि अत्र टङ्कितानि इति कारणात् आङ्ग्लभाषायां वर्तन्ते। यदि वयं पश्यामः वैदिकं साहित्यं, वैदिकसाहित्ये संहिताः, ब्राह्मणानि, आरण्यकानि, उपनिषदः, श्रौतसूत्राणि, गृह्यसूत्राणि, सुलभसूत्राणि, षडङ्गानि, अनुक्रमणिकाग्रन्थाः, प्रातिशाख्यग्रन्थाश्च इति अयं प्रधानविभागः वर्तते तत्र वैदिकसाहित्ये। तत्र संहिता, ब्राह्मणारण्यकोपनिषत् इत्यादीनां एतेषां सर्वेषां विनियोगः कुत्र इति यदि वयं पश्यामः, एतेषां विनियोगः भवति तत्र केवलं यज्ञेषु, गृहकार्येषु, विविधसंस्कार तत्र एतत् गर्भाधानसंस्कारात् आरभ्य षोडशसंस्काराः ये वर्तन्ते तेषु एवं तत्र नानाविधपूजाकल्पेषु एतेषां प्रयोगः अस्ति इति आधुनिकानां भावना, अस्मास्वपि बहूनां भावना एवमेव अस्ति। परन्तु विज्ञाननिधयः वैदिकसाहित्यग्रन्थाः इति दृष्टिपरिवर्तनम् अस्माभिः करणीयम्। अयं प्रथमः अंशः। कथमिति अग्रे वयं पश्यामः। अनन्तरं वेदानाम् अनन्तरं स्मृतयः, 500 स्मृतयः सन्ति धर्मशास्त्रग्रन्थाः। तथैव उपवेदाः वर्तन्ते, गान्धर्ववेदः, आयुर्वेदः, धनुर्वेदः, अर्थवेदः इति। अर्थवेदमेव अर्थशास्त्रमिति व्यवहरन्ति जनाः। तथैव षड्दर्शनानि सन्ति, साङ्ख्यं, योगदर्शनं, न्यायदर्शनं, वैशेषिकदर्शनं, पूर्वमीमांसादर्शनं, वेदान्तदर्शनं चेति। एतेषां दर्शनानां सर्वेषामपि अध्ययनम् अस्माभिः करणीयमस्ति। ततः परम् इतिहासौ द्वौ वर्तेते, रामायणं महाभारतं च। ततः परम् 18 पुराणानि वर्तन्ते, मद्वयं भद्वयं चैव भर्त्रयं वचुश्चयम् अनापलिङ्गकूस्कानि पुराणानि पृथक् विदुः इति वयं सर्वेपि जानीमः। तेषां विस्तारः इदानीं तत्र न स्पृश्यते। एवमेव तत्र 64 कलाः सन्ति। अतः तेषां विषये तथैव नृत्ये तत्र रूपकलक्षणनिरूपणे च ग्रन्थाः सन्ति, तथा वास्तुग्रन्थाः सन्ति। शोधशास्त्रं नाम पाकशास्त्रं, पाकशास्त्रग्रन्थाः अपि सन्ति। तथैव रसविद्या वर्तते, कोशग्रन्थाः सन्ति। परन्तु अत्र एकः विषयः विचारणीयः अस्ति। भारतीयकोशग्रन्थाः ये वर्तन्ते तेषाम् अनन्तरं तत्र आधुनिक भाषान्तरकोशग्रन्थाः ये वर्तन्ते तेषां च मध्ये महदन्तरं वर्तते। कीदृशमन्तरम् इति चेत् कोशग्रन्थः भारतीयप्राचीनसंस्कृतकोशग्रन्थाः सर्वेपि तत्र विज्ञान आकराः इति वक्तुं शक्यते। परन्तु आधुनिककोशग्रन्थेषु केवलं पदस्य तावत् अर्थः, अर्थविवरणं, तस्य प्रयोगः कदाचित् प्रयोगं विना केवल अर्थदर्शनं, कदाचित् तेषां तत्र समानवाचकानि एवमेव दीयन्ते आधुनिककोशग्रन्थेषु। परन्तु अस्माकं प्राचीनकोशग्रन्थेषु व्यवहारः तथा नासीत्। अतः अस्माभिः किं करणीयम् इति चेत् तत्र कोशग्रन्थानाम् अध्ययनेन अपि विज्ञानवृद्धिं कल्पयितुं शक्नुमः इति तावत्। अतः वेदाः, स्मृतयः, उपवेदाः, षड्दर्शनानि, इतिहासद्वयं, रामायणं, महाभारतम्, अष्टादशपुराणानि, चतुष्षष्टिकलाः, एवमेव नानाशास्त्रग्रन्थाः, एतादृशशास्त्राणि प्रायशः 350 वर्तन्ते। तेषु सर्वेष्वपि अस्माकं दृष्टिं सारयितुं शक्नुमः वयं। लोकस्य दृष्टिमपि लोकदृष्टि आकर्षणमपि अस्माभिः करणीयं भवति। अतः अत्र अनुसन्धानं करणीयम्, अत्र सर्वेषां दृष्टिः अनुसन्धेया इति। अतः अनन्तरं तावत् कथं करणीयम् इत्यत्र अस्माकं एवमेव नानाशास्त्राणि यानि वर्तन्ते, शास्त्रे साकम् आगमग्रन्थाः सन्ति। आगमग्रन्थेष्वपि दृष्टिः सारणीया भवति। अतः एते क्षेत्रे द्रष्टव्याः ग्रन्थाः, द्रष्टव्याः ग्रन्थविभागाः, न तु ग्रन्थाः इति। सहस्रशः ग्रन्थाः सन्ति एतेषु विभागेषु। अतः एवम् इदानीं तत्र कुत्र कुत्र अनुसन्धानं कर्तुं शक्यते, कीदृशम् अनुसन्धानं कर्तुं शक्यते। प्रथमं भाषाविषयकम् अनुसन्धानम्, अनन्तरं साहित्यविषयकम् अनुसन्धानं, ततः परं शास्त्रविषयकम् अनुसन्धानं, ततः परं तत्र तत्त्वविचारानुसन्धानम्, अनन्तरं अन्तःशास्त्रसम्बन्धनिरूपणार्थं तत्र अनुसन्धानं। तथैव अस्माकं भारतीयसंस्कृतिः यादृशी वर्तते तस्याः संस्कृतेः मूलं किम् इति आरभ्य आधुनिकसमाजाय भारतीयसंस्कृतेः उपदेशः कः इत्यपि निरूपणार्थमपि अस्माभिः व्यवहारः करणीयः। अत्र यदि वयं पश्यामः, कदाचित् पूर्वकाले भारतदेशः विश्वगुरुः इति व्यवह्रियमाणः आसीत्। इदानीं यदि वयं पश्यामः, विश्वगुरुस्थानात् प्रायशः स्थानिकगुरुत्वमपि तत्र गुरुस्थानादपि तत्र आकृष्यते भारतदेशः। किमर्थम्? अस्माकं भारतीयैरेव। अतः तत्र जागरूकैः भाव्यम्। अनन्तरं वैज्ञानिकगवेषणमपि करणीयं। तथैव सामाजिकसम्बन्धः कथमस्ति संस्कृतस्य इति निरूपणीयम्। एवमेव आधुनिकसमाजे आधुनिकभारतीयानाम् आधुनिकविश्वजनानां प्रायशः सर्वदा अपि अस्माकं भारतीयानां दृष्टिः वैश्विकदृष्टिरेव, न तु केवलं भारतपरिमितदृष्टिः। अतः एव सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः, सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः, सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु, मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् इति उक्तवन्तः। न तु भारतीयाः सुखिनः सन्तु, भारतीयाः भद्राणि पश्यन्तु, भारतीयाः दुःखं न प्राप्नुयुः इति कदापि नोक्तम्। अतः विश्वस्य एव तत्र क्षेमाकाङ्क्षा अस्माकं देशे वर्तते इति कारणात् आधुनिकसमाजे, अस्माकम् आधुनिकमानवसमाजे संस्कृतस्य उपयोगिता कीदृशी इति द्रष्टव्यम्। अनन्तरं नैतिक अंशेषु नीतिर्नाम अन्यजनस्य कृते उपदेशाय इति व्यवहारः लोके सर्वत्र वर्तते। यः वदति, यः शृणोति, उभावपि अश्रुतग्रन्थौ, उभावपि जडात्मकौ, अहो मोहस्य मोहात्म्यं तयोरेकः शिष्यताङ्गतः इति लोकप्रसिद्धः श्लोकः वर्तते। अतः एकं वाक्यं स्वीकरोति, उपदिशति, गच्छति, एतस्य आचरणं नास्ति, यः शृणोति तस्यापि आचरणं नास्ति, तेन प्रयोजनं नास्ति। परन्तु नीतिशास्त्रेण किं भवति इति चेत् मूर्तित्व व्यक्तित्व विकासो भवतः। किं मूर्तित्वं नाम, किं व्यक्तित्वं नाम? व्यक्तित्वं नाम इंडिविजुवालिटी इति कथ्यते आधुनिक आङ्ग्लभाषायां। मूर्तित्वं नाम पर्सनालिटी इति कथ्यते। मूर्तित्वापेक्षा वर्तते, व्यक्तित्वापेक्षा वर्तते। यदि प्रथमम् इंडिविजुवालिटी अस्ति तदानीं पर्सनालिटी भवति, यदि इंडिविजुवालिटी नास्ति पर्सनालिटी न भवति। अतः इंडिविजुवालिटी सम्पादनार्थं पञ्चधा प्रयत्नः करणीयः। प्रथमं तावत् भौतिकं शारीरिकम् आरोग्यसम्बद्धं तत्र दार्ढ्यं, द्वितीयं तावत् मानसिकं दार्ढ्यं, तृतीयं तावत् बौद्धिकं दार्ढ्यं, चतुर्थं तावत् आध्यात्मिकं दार्ढ्यं, पञ्चमं तु वर्तते सामाजिकं दार्ढ्यं। यदि प्रथम चतुष्टये यदि दार्ढ्यं सम्पादितं, पञ्चमदृढता तत्र स्वयमेव सम्पादिता भवति। अतस्तावत् एवं रीत्या तदर्थं नीतिशास्त्रस्य अध्ययनं करणीयम्। एकैकम् अंशं स्वीकृत्य कथं तावत् अस्माकम् आत्मविकासवृद्धिं वयं कल्पयितुं शक्नुमः इति चिन्तनं करणीयम् अस्माभिः। ततः परं तत्र प्रबन्धशास्त्रमिति कथ्यते आधुनिकैः मैनेजमेंट स्टडीस् इत्यत्र। मैनेजमेंट स्टडीस् मध्ये अयमेकः विस्तृतव्यवसायः एव। मैनेजमेंट स्टडीस् मध्ये यदि वयं पश्यामः, वेदेभ्यः वस्तुतः आधुनिककाले केवलं ग्रन्थचतुष्टयं स्वीकृत्य सर्वेपि तावत् लोके प्रचारं कुर्वन्ति, अत्र मैनेजमेंट अस्ति इति। तत् किं तत् ग्रन्थचतुष्टयम् इति चेत् भगवद् तत्र प्रथमं रामायणं स्वीकुर्वन्ति, रामायणे मैनेजमेंट इति स्वीकुर्वन्ति, अनन्तरं महाभारते मैनेजमेंट इति स्वीकुर्वन्ति। तत्रैव महाभारते एव विद्यमानग्रन्थान्तरं वर्तते, उपग्रन्थरूपेण भगवद्गीता, भगवद्गीतां पृथक् कृत्य भगवद्गीता अंड मैनेजमेंट इति कथयन्ति। अनन्तरम् अर्थशास्त्रं कौटलीयम् अर्थशास्त्रं यत् वर्तते तत्रापि मैनेजमेंट अस्ति इति कथयन्ति। परन्तु तत्र अस्माभिः तत्र अन्या दृष्टिः तत्र सारिता। तेन किं सम्पादितम् इति चेत् वेदेषु पुराणेषु पूर्वोक्तग्रन्थेषु सर्वत्रापि यत्र यत्र तत्र प्रबन्धशास्त्रीय अंशाः वर्तन्ते तान् सर्वान् अपि स्वीकृत्य अस्माकं विद्यालये मास्टर्स् इन् एन्शियण्ट् इण्डियन् मैनेजमेंट टेक्निक्स् इति नाम्ना पीजी कोर्स् 2010 तः आरभ्य अस्माभिः तत्र इदानीं चाल्यते इयं प्रणाली। अतः पीजी प्रणाली, पोस्ट ग्रेजुएट डिग्री इन् मास्टर्स् इन् एन्शियण्ट् इण्डियन् मैनेजमेंट टेक्निक्स् इति अतस्तावत् सर्वत्रापि वर्तते। अतः मैनेजमेंट विषये दृष्टिः सारणीया। एवं रीत्या स्थूलविभागः संक्षिप्ततया तत्र परिचितः वर्तते अत्र, न तु विस्तृतपरिचयः। एवमेव टाइप्स ऑफ रिसर्च कथं भवेत् इति, अप्रोच टू शास्त्र स्ट्रक्चर इति प्रथमः। नाम न्यायशास्त्रमस्ति, भारतीय न्यायशास्त्रं सर्वेषां शास्त्राणां पृष्ठास्थिः इति सर्वैरपि उच्यते। परन्तु पृष्ठास्थित्वं कथं निरूपणीयम् इत्यत्र तु तत्र 12 वर्षपर्यन्तम् अध्ययनं क्रियते चेदेव तत्र न्यायशास्त्रे निपुणः भवति। अनन्तरं तस्य उपयोगः कुत्र इति स्वयं जानाति, इतरेभ्यः बोधयितुं पुनः 12 वर्षाणि स्वीकरोति। किं प्रयोजनं भवति? अतस्तावत् यदि एकवारं पचनं कृतं झटिति परिवेषणं करणीयं, कर्तुं तत्र सौकर्यं भवेत्। परन्तु अस्माभिः तत्र पक्वान्नं सज्जीकृत्यापि वयमपि न खादामः, इतरेभ्यः वितरणं न कुर्मः, तथा अस्ति। एवमेव अन्यान्यानि शास्त्राणि, वेदान्तदर्शनम् अस्ति। वेदान्तदर्शनं वयम् अध्ययनं कुर्मः, वितरणविषये तावत् पुनः पंडिताः आत्मसदृशाः ये वर्तन्ते तान् पञ्चपण्डितान् अथवा 10 पण्डितान् उपावेश्य आवयोर्मध्ये चर्चा भवति, करताडनानि भवन्ति, गृहं गच्छामः। तेन प्रयोजनं न भवति। अतः अप्रोच टू शास्त्र स्ट्रक्चर इति तावत् एकस्य शास्त्रस्य अध्ययनं अचिरात् तत्र अल्पीयसि काले कथं कर्तुं शक्यते इत्यत्र दृष्टिः सारणीया। तदर्थं तावत् गवेषणं करणीयम्। अनुसन्धानम् अपेक्षितं तत्र। अतः नानाशास्त्राणि यानि वर्तन्ते तेषु शास्त्रेषु सर्वत्रापि सुलभतया तत्र तत्शास्त्रस्य अध्ययनं कर्तुं मार्गाः ये वर्तन्ते ते मार्गाः तत्र बहिरानेयाः। तदर्थम् अन्वेषणं भवेत्। अयं प्रथमः गवेषणविधिः। अनन्तरं तावत् कान्सेप्टुवल् रिसर्च् इति नाम कान्सेप्टुवल् इति नाम विविधशास्त्रेषु नानाविध तत्र अंशाः अध्येयाः अंशाः तत्र नानाविधाः अंशाः वर्तन्ते। एकम् अंशं स्वीकृत्य आंशिकम् अध्ययनं यत् वर्तते तदेव कान्सेप्टुवल् रिसर्च् इति कथ्यते। प्रतिभा इति वर्तते। प्रतिभायाः अध्ययनं कथं करणीयम् इति तावत्। प्रतिभा नाम किम् इति चेत् स्मृतिर्व्यतीतविषया, मतिरागामिगोचरा, बुद्धिस्तात्कालिकीज्ञेया, प्रज्ञा त्रैकाल्यगोचरा, प्रज्ञा नवनोन्मेषशालिनी प्रतिभा मता इति तावत् बुद्धिकोशे पञ्चविध विभागाः वर्तन्ते। इमम् अंशं स्वीकृत्य अहं होराद्वयं तत्र भाषणं कर्तुं शक्नोमि। अतः परन्तु समयः नास्ति इति क्षणद्वये अहं तं विषयं तत्र उपपादयिष्यामि। अतः स्मृति व्यतीतविषय अतीतकालज्ञानं स्मृतिः इति कथ्यते। मतिरागामिगोचर, मतिः भविष्यत्कालीयज्ञानं। तदेव बुद्धिस्तात्कालिकीज्ञेय, तत्कालज्ञानं बुद्धिः। अतः एव सर्वदा वयं तत्काल मध्ये टिकेट्स् प्राप्तुमेव प्रयत्नं कुर्मः, न तु पूर्वसंसिद्धता अस्माकं न वर्तते। अतः एवमेव बुद्धिस्तात्कालिकीज्ञेय, प्रज्ञा त्रैकाल्यगोचर, त्रिकालज्ञानं प्रज्ञा इति कथ्यते। अनन्तरं पञ्चमं भवति प्रतिभा। प्रतिभा नाम प्रज्ञया साकं नूतनवस्तुनिर्माणक्षमता या वर्तते सा प्रतिभा इति कथ्यते। अतः तादृक् प्रतिभावान् एव कविर्भवितुमर्हति, तादृक् प्रतिभावान् एव काव्यम् अवगन्तुं शक्नोति, तादृक् प्रतिभावान् एव शास्त्राणि सर्वत्रापि प्रसारयितुं शक्नोति, तादृक् प्रतिभावान् एव लोके सर्वत्रापि विजयी भविष्यति। अतः प्रतिभासम्पादनार्थम् अतः एतत् कान्सेप्टुवल् रिसर्च् मध्ये संस्कृतक्षेत्रे विविधशास्त्रेषु प्रतिभा इति अंशं स्वीकृत्य तत्र गवेषणं कर्तुं शक्यते। एवमेव संस्कृतक्षेत्रे मोक्षः, वेद दर्शनेषु मोक्षः इति केनचित् कृतं। परन्तु एतादृक् अंशाः ये वर्तन्ते ते अंशाः तत्र कथम् आधुनिकसमाजे तेषाम् उपयोगिता भवति, यथा भवति तथा तावत् अस्माभिः गवेषणं करणीयम्। अतः वृष्टिविज्ञानं, वृष्टिः, वृष्टिर्नाम कीदृशी वृष्टिः भवितुमर्हति, वृष्टिं तावत् वृष्टिविनियोगं कथं कर्तुं शक्नुमः। वृष्टिर्जाता, समुद्रं नदीनां सागरगतिः इतिवत् वृष्टिः नदीषु पतति, नदीभ्यः सागरं प्रविशति इति चेत् प्रयोजनं किं? वृष्टिः कृषिक्षेत्रेषु प्रसरेत्। तदर्थम् अस्माभिः यत्नः करणीयः। खण्डवृष्टिः वर्तते, चित्रवृष्टिः वर्तते, अनन्तरं वर्तुलवृष्टिः वर्तते, वातप्रभञ्जनवृष्टिः वर्तते, नानाविधवृष्टयः दशाधिकवृष्टयः वर्तन्ते, करकवृष्टिः वर्तते। कस्याः वृष्टेः कीदृशं प्रयोजनमिति ज्ञेयं। तदर्थं वृष्टिशास्त्रस्य वृष्टि अध्ययनं करणीयम् अस्माभिः। एवमेव तत्र तादृक् अध्ययनं यत् वर्तते तत्र आंशिकम् अध्ययनम् इति कथ्यते। अनन्तरं तुलनात्मकम् अध्ययनं, प्राच्य पाश्चात्यधारा मध्ये तुलनात्मकं, तथैव संस्कृत संस्कृतेश्वर भारतीयभाषाणां मध्ये तुलनात्मकम्, एवमेव शास्त्रे एव ग्रन्थद्वयस्य मध्ये तुलनात्मकम् अध्ययनं, तथैव तत्र अंशस्य मध्ये तुलनात्मकम् अध्ययनम्। एवं रीत्या तुलनात्मक अध्ययने बहु प्रकाराः वर्तन्ते। तान् स्वीकृत्य सर्वत्रापि सामाजिक उपयोगिता मनसि निधाय करणीयं। तत्र अस्माकं प्रथमम् अन्तिमं मध्यमं सर्वथापि तत्र तदेव लक्ष्यं भवेत् अस्माकम्। अनन्तरं सैन्टिफिक् पायिण्ट् आफ् व्यू इति वैज्ञानिकदृष्ट्या अध्ययनं करणीयं। ततः परं विमर्शनात्मक अध्ययनं, सविमर्शकम् अध्ययनं, अनन्तरं तत्र क्रिटिकल् एडिशन् इति तत्र उत्तमग्रन्थसम्पादनं, मातृकासम्पादनम् इति वर्तते तत्र। एवमेव अन्तःशास्त्रीयसम्बन्धनिरूपणात्मकम् अध्ययनम्। उदाहरणार्थं यदि गणितशास्त्रं स्वीकुर्मः, गणितशास्त्रं यथा तत्त्वशास्त्रं न्यायशास्त्रं च पृष्ठास्थिरूपेण वर्तन्ते सर्वशास्त्राणां, तथैव गणितशास्त्रमपि सर्वशास्त्राणां पृष्ठास्थिरूपेण वर्तते। अतः तत्र रेखागणितं कुत्र वर्तते तथैव एतत् द्वैरासिकसिद्धान्तस्य प्रयोगिता उपयोगिता कुत्र वर्तते एवमेव अन्य विभागाः बीजगणितमिति वर्तते बीजगणितस्य एव अर्थान्तरमस्ति बीजगणितमिति यदा कथयामः तदानीम् अस्माभिः बीजगणितं नाम केवलं तत्र आधुनिक आल्जीब्रा इति कथयन्ति नैव तत्र सृष्टेः कारणं बीजं भवति ब्रह्मतत्त्वं ब्रह्मतत्त्वात् प्रपञ्चनिरूपणं बीजगणितं तदेव अव्यक्तगणितम् इति कथ्यते तथैव प्रपञ्चात् ब्रह्मनिरूपणार्थम् अङ्कगणितं वर्तते बहुत्वात् एकं प्रति एकत्वात् बहुप्रति एवं रीत्या द्विधा अस्ति अतः बीजगणितस्य निरूपणम् एतादृशं सर्वमपि तत्र इंटरडिसिप्लिनरी रिसर्च अन्तःशास्त्रसम्बन्धनिरूपणात्मक अनुसन्धाने एते अंशाः अन्तर्गताः भवन्ति एवमेव इदानीं तावत् वैज्ञानिकदृष्ट्या कथम् अस्माकं विचाराः भवेयुः इत्यत्र पश्यामः यदि प्राचीनभारतीयग्रन्थपरम्परां पश्यामः भौतशास्त्रं रासायनिकशास्त्रं तत् सम्बद्धग्रन्थाः तत्सम्बद्धविज्ञानांशाः वैज्ञानिकांशाः अस्माकं प्राचीनभारते सन्ति तथैव प्राकृतिकशास्त्राणि तथैव गणितशास्त्रं तथैव भूशास्त्रम् अन्तरिक्षशास्त्राणि एवमेव मानवप्रवर्तनाधारितशास्त्राणि मानवप्रवर्तनाधारितशास्त्राणि एवं रीत्या अस्माकं तत्र संस्कृते विद्यमानानां शास्त्राणां विभागम् एवं कर्तुं शक्नुमः वयं ततः परम् अस्माकं प्राचीनकाले कीदृशानि शास्त्राणि एतावत्पर्यन्तं मया मत्सदृशैश्च दृष्टानि इति यदि वयं पश्यामः अत्र खगोलशास्त्रं तथैव ध्वन्याधारित भवननिर्माणशास्त्रं कृषिशास्त्रं तथैव वास्तुकला अथवा नगरनिर्माणशास्त्रं तथैव वृक्षशास्त्रं गणितशास्त्रं लौहशास्त्रं जलशास्त्रं जलार्गलम् इति कथ्यते एतदेव तथैव वैद्यशास्त्रं फिजियोलॉजिकल फोनेटिक्स नाम भौतिकपरिणाम आधारित ध्वनिशास्त्रम् एतत् तथैव आर्टिकुलेटरी फोनेटिक्स नाम ध्वन्युच्चारणशास्त्रं तथैव तत्र पर्यावरणविज्ञानं भूकम्पाध्ययनं तत्र शोधशास्त्रं खनिजशास्त्रं तथैव भूगर्भशास्त्रं तत्र पर्यावरणविज्ञाने अन्यः प्रकारः तथा सौन्दर्यशास्त्रं रसायनशास्त्रं भौतशास्त्रं तथैव पशुआयुर्वेदः अथवा पशुशास्त्रं तथैव जन्तुशास्त्रं अनन्तरं सृष्टिविज्ञानशास्त्रं मनोविज्ञानशास्त्रं तत्र अधिमनोविज्ञानशास्त्रं नीतिशास्त्रं प्रबन्धशास्त्रम् अर्थशास्त्रम् इति एते तावत् संक्षेपतया एतावत्पर्यन्तं मया अन्विष्टाः शास्त्रविशेषाः वर्तन्ते संस्कृतक्षेत्रे ततः परं यदि वयं पश्यामः तत्र आसक्तिकरग्रन्थाः खगोलशास्त्रे तत्र विविधशास्त्राणि यानि उक्तानि कूर्मविभागः इति एतत् भौगोलिकशास्त्रसम्बद्धविषयाः पर्जन्यगर्भाः इति मेटीरियालजि सम्बद्धविषयाः भूकम्पलक्षणमिति एतत् अस्माकं सेस्मालजि सम्बद्धविषयः एवमेव वास्तुविद्या डकार्गलं वृक्षायुर्वेदः वज्रलेपः वज्रलेपविधिर्नाम एतत् सिमेण्ट् विषये ग्रन्थाः अयं भवति एवमेव गोलक्षणं श्वालक्षणं कूर्मलक्षणं छागलक्षणं हस्तिलक्षणं रत्नपरीक्षा पाकविद्या तथैव शाकुनविद्या शकुनविद्या एतत् शाकुनविद्या इति कथ्यते शकुनविद्या प्रतिमालक्षणं वृष्टिविद्या विरुतविद्या नाम पक्षिणां भाषा एवमेव खड्गलक्षणं कुसुमलता लक्षणं लोहविद्या उदयनविद्या उद्यानविद्या नाम उद्यानविद्या नाम गार्डनिंग विषये एवं एतादृक् विद्याविशेषाः अस्माकं प्राचीनभारते उपलभ्यन्ते अतः अनन्तरं तत्र चतुष्षष्टिकलासु तत्र दशनवसनाङ्गरागक्रिया नेपथ्यवर्ण रचना गंधयुक्ति पंक पानक रस आसवरचन उत्सादन सम्माराधन कला तदैव सम्मर्दन कला तदैव यंत्रमातृका आकर ज्ञानम तदैव आकर ज्ञानम नाम ट्रेसिंग आउट द खनिज दैट इज माइंस दैट इज एवमेव तक्षक कर्म दैट इज वुड रिलेटेड वर्क धातु विद्या व्यायाम विद्या एतादृक् विद्या सर्वेपि वैज्ञानिक अंशाः एव वर्तन्ते एवमेव अति प्राचीन महर्षिभिः विरचिताः केचन ग्रन्थाः शक्तितन्त्र अगस्त्यस्य शक्तितन्त्रम् अगतत्वलहरी आश्वलायन कृतं तथैव मेघोत्पत्ति प्रकरण अंगिरो महर्षि विरचितं कर्क प्रकरणम् अंगिरो महर्षि विरचितम् आकाशतन्त्र भरद्वाज कृतं वायुतत्व प्रकरणं शाकटायनस्य तथैव वैश्वानरतन्त्रं नारदस्य धूम प्रकरणं नारदस्य एतादृक् ग्रन्थाः प्रायशः 200 ग्रन्थाः तत्र नाम्ना उपलभ्यन्ते ग्रन्थाः अपि केचन उपलभ्यन्ते अतस्तावत् एतेषु दृष्टिः सारणीया इतः परं वस्तुतः तत्र अनुसन्धानं किं कीदृशम् इत्यत्र अस्माभिः दृष्टिः सारणीया केवलं शीर्षकाणां पठनमेव करोमि यतः इतोपि तत्र नाम पादोन तत्र 11 वादने समापनीयमिति अनन्तरं प्रश्नाः भवितुमर्हन्ति इति उक्तं तदा अस्ति वा इतोपि 10 निमेषान् स्वीकृत्य समापयामि वा प्रश्नान् विना एतदेव 10 निमेषपर्यन्तं वदामि वा अथवा
एतत् संक्षिप्य वदतु अनन्तरं प्रश्नाः भवन्ति चेत् प्रश्नानाम् उत्तरमपि उक्त्वा
11 वादने मया निर्गन्तव्यम् अतः अवश्यम्
अस्तु 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 अस्तु
अनुसन्धान निर्वचनम् अनुसन्धानं नाम किं किमर्थम् अनुसन्धानम् अनुसन्धानप्रकाराः अनुसन्धानदशाः इति तावत् अस्माभिः चिन्तनीयविषयाः अत्र अनुसन्धानप्रकाराणां विषये पूर्वम् उक्तमेव मया कीदृक् अनुसन्धानानि भवेयुः इति संस्कृतिदृष्ट्या वैज्ञानिकदृष्ट्या भाषादृष्ट्या साहित्यदृष्ट्या सामाजिकदृष्ट्या पञ्चविधदृष्टयः भवेयुः तत्र अनुसन्धानप्रकारेषु अनुसन्धानं नाम गवेषणम् अनुसन्धानं नाम रिसर्च् इति वक्तव्यम् अतस्तावत् किमर्थम् अनुसन्धानम् इति चेत् विद्यमानस्य विषयस्य तत्र पूर्वतने काले अन्ये जनाः दृष्ट्वा ये तस्याः नायिकायाः कङ्कणं सम्यक् अस्ति तत्र तदैव नासाभरणं सम्यक् अस्ति कण्ठाभरणं सम्यक् अस्ति कर्णाभरणं सम्यक् अस्ति इति वदन्तः आसन् इदानीम् अस्माभिरेव स्वयं तत्र हस्ते एव मणिबन्धे कङ्कणं धृत्वा तत्र दर्पणे दृष्ट्वा आहा मम कङ्कणं सुन्दरमस्ति इति वक्तव्या स्थितिः वर्तते आधुनिके काले अस्माकं मणिबन्धमपि द्रष्टुं न शक्नुमः दर्पणे एव द्रष्टव्यं वर्तते अतस्तावत् सेल्फी प्रभावः तथा अस्ति अतः अनुसन्धानं किमर्थमिति चेत् तत्र अनुसन्धानेन अस्माकं सम्पत् विज्ञानसम्पत् कियदस्ति कथम् आधुनिकयुगे तस्य उपयोगः इति द्रष्टुम् अनुसन्धानम् आवश्यकमस्ति अनन्तरं तत्र तलावलोकनं विषयचयनं ग्रन्थालयस्य उपयोगिता इति त्रयं भवेत् तलावलोकनं नाम उपरितः तत्र विषयविस्तारः कथमस्ति इति अन्तःप्रवेशः अनन्तरं भवति तथैव विषयचयनं तलावलोकनं दृष्ट्वा केषु क्षेत्रेषु कीदृशं कार्यं कृतवन्तः इति दृष्ट्वा अनन्तरं विषयचयनं कर्तव्यं तथैव ग्रन्थालयस्य उपयोगिता अपि बहु भवेत् ततः परं किम् इति चेत् विषयाकराः विषयस्य मूलानि कीदृशानि भवन्ति इति चेत् प्रथमस्तरीयमूलानि मूलग्रन्थाः अनन्तरं तावत् तत्र द्वितीयस्तरीयमूलानि व्याख्यानानि अनुवादाः इत्यादयः तार्किकानि मूलानि नाम व्याख्यानानाम् उपरि अनुवादानाम् उपरि शोधपत्राणि यानि वर्तन्ते तानि सर्वाणि तार्किकानि एवं रीत्या विषयविभागः एवं करणीयः भवति ततः परं विषयमूलक्रमनिश्चितिः विषयमूलगवेषणं लब्धस्य विषयमूलस्य एकत्रीकरणं विषयमूलनिवेदिका आविष्कारः सङ्गणकयन्त्रसाहाय्येन अन्वेषणं तथैव डेटाबेस् सङ्गणकयन्त्रसाहाय्येन अन्वेषणरीतयः भारते मौलोपलब्धिः कथमस्ति प्रामाणिकविचारसामग्री समुपार्जनं ग्रन्थाः 100 ग्रन्थाः लभ्यन्ते ग्रन्थानां नामानि दृष्ट्वा तत्र एतत् व्याकरणसम्बद्धम् एतत् न्यायविषयकम् इति कथयामः। तत्र कदाचित् न्यायग्रन्थः एकः अस्ति, अनन्तरं तत्र एतदेव महाभाष्ये लौकिकन्यायाः इति तत्र एकः ग्रन्थः अस्ति। महाभाष्ये लौकिकन्यायाः इति ग्रन्थं दृष्ट्वा प्राथमिकपरिचयः यस्य नास्ति सः तदपि न्यायशास्त्रग्रन्थः इति तावत् स्वीकरोति, परन्तु लौकिकन्यायः भिन्नः, न्यायः भिन्नः। अतस्तावत् न्यायशास्त्रसम्बद्धं कीदृशं भवति, लौकिकन्यायशास्त्रसम्बद्धं कीदृशं भवति इति तत्र पृथक्करणार्थं प्रामाणिकविचारसामग्रीसमुपार्जनम् इत्यादिकं तावत् अस्माकं ताः रीतयः अपि अध्येतव्याः रीतयः भवन्ति अस्माकं। तदैव मूलसमस्या परिष्कारश्च। समस्या एका स्वीकृता चेत् परिष्कारः अथवा परिष्काराश्च कीदृशाः भवितुमर्हन्ति इति दृष्टिः सारणीया। एवमेव समस्या निर्वचनं करणीयं, समुचित अनुसन्धानप्रविधिचयनं भवेत्। तथैव एकैकस्य एकैका रीतिर्भवति, सर्वेषाम् एकमेव औषधं न भवति सर्वरोगाणां, परन्तु तथैव तत्र स्वीकृत अनुसन्धानसमस्या यादृशी भवति तादृशी भवति तत्र गवेषणरीतिश्च। अतः समुचित अनुसन्धानप्रविधिचयनम् अपेक्षितम्। अनुसन्धानविधेः आकृतिनिर्धारणमपि करणीयम् अस्माभिः। तदैव समाचारसङ्ग्रहणं, तत्र विषयः कुत्र कुत्र वर्तते इति सङ्ग्रहणं, समाचारविश्लेषणं, तत्र प्राथमिकस्तरे विनियोगिता येषां वर्तते, माध्यमिकस्तरे, अन्तिमस्तरे, उत्तरस्तरे, एवं रीत्या विषयस्य विभागः करणीयः। एवमेव गणाङ्कविधीनां विनियोगः, गणाङ्कविधिः नाम स्टाटिस्टिकल् डाटा उपयोगिता इत्यादिकं सर्वमपि केवलं कृपया अहं सर्वानां कृते तत्र मम अनुरोधः एवमस्ति, शोधकार्यं डाक्टरेट् सम्पादनार्थं कृपया मा कुर्वन्तु। शोधकार्यं कृतं चेत् लोकस्य उपयोगाय भवेत्। अतस्तावत् सर्वत्रापि प्रत्यक्षरम् अस्माकं भवेत्। तत्र समर्पिते ग्रन्थे प्रत्यक्षरम् अस्माकं भवेत्, प्रत्यक्षरे तत्र उपयोगिता भवेत्, एवं भवेत्। तदेव शोधग्रन्थशिल्पमण्डनं, शिल्पाकृतिः कथं भवेत् इति, शोधग्रन्थग्रथनं, रचनायां तावत् नैपुण्यं सम्पादनीयं। तदेव शोधग्रन्थ अवयवाः के भवेयुः इति, ग्रथने कोष्टकादीनां कल्पनं भवेत्, सङ्गणकयन्त्रस्य उपयोगः भवेत् सर्वदापि। एवमेव अनुसन्धानस्य तत्र सङ्गणकयन्त्रस्य विषये अहं वदामि, वी मस्ट बी ओल्डेस्ट अमांग द ओल्डेस्ट and modern among the modern. We are oldest because we follow the oldest language Sanskrit. We are modern because we are using it in the modern environment through our computer technology. That's why we are modern among modern, ancient among ancient. In such a way we have to develop ourselves. अतः अनुसन्धानस्य स्वरूपं सीमा च, अनुसन्धानस्य स्वरूपम्, अनुसन्धाने सर्वजनात्मकतायाः स्थानं, तथैव अनुसन्धानसोपानानि, संस्कृतवाङ्मये अनुसन्धानस्य सीमा, वैदिकलौकिकदर्शनवाङ्मयं, ग्रन्थानां समीक्षात्मकमध्ययनं, मातृकाभ्यः पाठसमीक्षात्मकमध्ययनं सम्पादनं, तथैव संस्कृतविदुषां व्यक्तित्वं कृतित्वं च अनुसन्धानस्य नूतन क्षेत्राणि, NLP, ट्यूटरिंग सिस्टम्स, यन्त्रारोपण प्रक्रिया, शास्त्राणां संरक्षणम् इत्यादयः सर्वेपि अस्माकं दायित्वे अन्तर्भवन्ति। एवमेव अनुसन्धानस्य क्षेत्राणि प्रकाशनं च तत्र पूर्वोक्तक्रमेण दार्शनिकानुसन्धानम्, ऐतिहासिकानुसन्धानं, सर्वेक्षणात्मकानुसन्धानं, व्यावहारिकानुसन्धानं, सैद्धान्तिकानुसन्धानं, भाषाशास्त्रीयम् अनुसन्धानं, पठन निर्णयात्मकम् अनुसन्धानं, अनुप्रयोगात्मकम् अनुसन्धानं, वैज्ञानिकम् अध्ययनं, अंतःशास्त्रीयम् अध्ययनं, अनुसन्धानप्रकाराः सर्वेक्षणं, शास्त्रीयं, तुलनात्मकं, समस्यामूलं, क्षेत्रीयं, विशिष्टम् अध्ययनं, वर्णनात्मकम् अध्ययनं, व्याख्यानात्मकं च अध्ययनं, तथैव विमर्शात्मकम् अध्ययनं, एतेषां सोदाहरणविवरणं सर्वमपि अस्माभिः देयं भवति। अतः अनुसन्धानप्रबन्धविषयचयनं, एतत् अभिरुचिः, योग्यता, विषयस्य प्राधान्यं, सामग्रीणाम् उपलब्धिः, एतत् सर्वमपि मनसि निधाय अस्माभिः विषयचयनं करणीयं। तदेव शीर्षकनिर्माणे अवधेयाः अंशाः समस्यायाः लक्षणानि स्वरूपम् अथवा विशेषताः स्पष्टत्वम् असन्दिग्धत्वम् अनुसन्धेयत्वम् अध्ययनयोग्यत्वं समाधानयोग्यत्वम् इत्यादयः सर्वेपि भवेयुः। एवं तत्र बहु अंशाः सन्ति इतोपि तत्र, परन्तु एतेषां विस्तरणं कदाचित् कालान्तरे वयं द्रक्ष्यामः। इमं महद् अवकाशं मह्यं दत्तवद्भ्यः अस्माकं तत्र पारिवारिक मुख्यसभ्येभ्यः उन्निकृष्णन् महोभागेभ्यः तत्र धन्यवादान् व्याहरामि। एवमेव सश्रद्धं एतावत्पर्यन्तं ये श्रुतवन्तः तेषां सर्वेषां कृते अपि तत्र धन्यवादान् वितीर्य विरमामि। विस्तरात् नमस्काराः।
तत्र इतः परं 10 निमेषं यावत्, प्रायः 10 निमेषं यावत् अति प्रमुखप्रश्नाः सन्ति चेत् 2-3 प्रश्नानाम् उत्तरं वयं शृणुमः। तदनन्तरं महोदयेन कार्यान्तरमस्ति, अन्य एकः कार्यक्रमः महोदयस्य अस्ति। अतः ये पृच्छन्ति शीघ्रातिशीघ्रं पृच्छन्तु। अत्यद्भुत संस्कृत वाङ्मयस्य एक अत्यद्भुत लोकः महोदयेन प्रदर्शितः। अत्र एतावन्तः विषयाः संस्कृत अनुसन्धाने सन्ति इत्यपि अस्माकम् एक आश्चर्यकरविषयः। इदानीं मम एक प्रश्नः न, मम एक जिज्ञासा। इदानीं तु नेशनल संस्कृत यूनिवर्सिटी तत्र अकाडेमिक अफेयर्स डीन अस्ति महोदयः। तत्र इदानीम् अत्रत्य छात्राणाम्, अत्र अस्माकं संस्कृतमहाविद्यालये 40 शोधछात्राः कार्यं कुर्वन्तः सन्ति। तत्र विद्यमान रिसोर्स अत्रैव स्थित्वा, नाम अत्रैव अस्माकं कार्यालये अथवा अस्माकं ग्रन्थालये अस्माकं रिसर्च सेंटर मध्ये उपविश्य तत्रत्य रिसोर्स अस्माभिः उपयोक्तुं शक्यते वा? तत् कथं शक्यते? तस्य प्राथमिक कार्यक्रमः कथं भवति? तत्र किमपि एक MOU करणीयं वा अथवा तादृश अन्य कोऽपि तादृशरीत्या किमपि कर्तुं शक्यते वा?
अत्युत्तमः प्रश्नः, अपेक्षितश्च प्रश्नः। यतः इदानीं पूर्वतनराष्ट्रीयसंस्कृतविद्यापीठमेव इदानीं तत्र केन्द्रीयविश्वविद्यालयः जातः इति कारणात् नेशनल संस्कृत यूनिवर्सिटी अथवा राष्ट्रीयसंस्कृतविश्वविद्यालयः इति नाम्ना तत्र परिवर्तितः अस्ति एप्रिल मासे। अतः 60 वर्षेभ्यः नैकविधग्रन्थाः तत्र सङ्कलिताः सन्ति अस्माकं विश्वविद्यालये। एतेषां ग्रन्थानां सर्वेषां सार्वजनिक उपलब्ध्यर्थं तावत् तत्र प्रयत्नः क्रियते। इदानीम् अस्माभिः एतत् स्कैनर् द्वारा अस्माभिः ग्रन्थाः सर्वेपि स्कैनिङ्ग् कार्यं प्रचलति। इदानीं प्रायशः अचिरात् षण्मासाभ्यन्तरे प्रायशः 500 अथवा 200 तत्र सहस्रग्रन्थाः, उपसहस्रग्रन्थाः सिद्धाः भविष्यन्ति। अतः तेषां जन उपयोगितार्थं तावत् अस्माभिः यथा भवद्भिः उच्यते MOU कल्पनं कर्तुं शक्यते। तत्र अचिरादेव भवन्तः MOU मध्ये आगन्तुं प्रभवन्ति, तदर्थमपि व्यवस्थां कल्पयितुं शक्नुमः। प्रतिपादनं भवन्तः अस्माकं कुलपतीन् उद्दिश्य प्रेषयन्तु। एवं वर्तते अस्माकं स्थितिः, वयं तावत् एवं कार्यं कुर्वन्तः स्मः तत्र। अतः अनुसन्धान छात्राणां सर्वेषामपि तत्र प्रवेशार्थं तथैव ततः अत्र उपदेशकानाम् आह्वानार्थं च व्यवस्था कल्पयितुं भवन्तः तत्र अनुमतिं ददतु। तदर्थं MOU भवितुम् अर्हति इति, कुत्र कीदृश MOU भवितुम् इच्छति इति भवन्तः निर्देशं कुर्वन्तु। तथा अत्र व्यवस्थां कल्पयिष्यामः। अवश्यं तावत् तत्र आवयोः सख्यं वर्धिष्यते।
महान् धन्यवादः। राजेश कुमारः अस्ति, किमपि प्रष्टुमस्ति? राजेश,
भवता पृष्टमेव प्रश्नं तदेव।
अस्तु, कारणं राजेशस्य मनसि अपि तद्भवति इति अहं जानामि। अतः एव तत् पृष्टवान् कारणं तु वयं तथा इदानीं बहवः ये अत्र अनुसन्धानं कुर्वन्ति ते साक्षात् तिरुपतिं वयम् आगच्छामः बहवः तत्र आगत्य उषित्वा एव कार्यं कुर्मः किन्तु अत्रैव उपविश्य तत् कार्यं सर्वं निर्वोढुं शक्यते चेत् तद् अत्यन्तम् उपयोगाय भवति
MOU द्वारा प्रत्यक्षरूपेण परोक्षरूपेण च
अवश्यं तत् कर्तुं वयं प्रयत्नं कुर्मः IQAC द्वारा अस्माकं महाविद्यालयद्वारा कार्यान्तर बाहुल्यमध्येपि अत्युत्तमरीत्या एक अत्युत्तम विषयोपस्थापनं कृतवद्भ्यः भवद्भ्यः धन्यवादाः संस्कृत महाविद्यालयस्य एवमेव अस्माकं IQAC नाम्नापि धन्यवादान् समर्पयामि अवश्यम् इतोपि एतादृश सन्दर्भे पुनः अपि भवतः आह्वानम् अवश्यं लप्स्यते तदानीमपि भवतां सान्निध्यं भवति इति अहं जानामि नो चेत् अहं तादृश स्नेहेन निर्बन्धं करोमि तदानीं भवान् आगच्छति इत्यपि अहं जानामि अस्तु धन्यवादः
स्वेच्छा वर्तते नमस्काराः धन्यवादाः सर्वेभ्यः नमस्काराः विरमामि
डॉक्टर CM Neelakandan Mahashaya, an elder brother with all brotherly affection to one and all of our college. He's a light.
വാലിഡിറ്റി സ്പീച്ച് കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ പിന്നെ ഇത് പറ്റുമോ? പെട്ടെന്ന് മറ്റൊരു പെട്ടെന്ന് ചുരുക്കാൻ പറയും ഒരു നടപടി.
ഓക്കെ. Yes, Dr. Mahesh Babu SN. He's a teacher in higher secondary school. He is the true brain behind the audio-visual study materials and a member of textbook formation committee of SCRT. He has participated in many workshops of SCRT. In recent days, he has made many contributions in the field of Sanskrit films. He is the scriptwriter of the film Namo, starred by Padma Shri Jayaram. And now it has become a trend all over India to release Sanskrit movies. He is also a part of that venture. Now I invite Dr. Mahesh Babu SN to present his topic. Dr. S. Swagatam Mahesha. दशनिमेषं वा 15 निमेषाभ्यन्तरे विषयोपस्थापनं करोतु इति प्रार्थये.
नमस्ते.
audible ആണ്. Yes.
Audible. Okay.
श्रूयते.
आचार्यवैर्याणां मित्राणाम् एवं संस्कृतबान्धवानां कृते मम सादरनमनानि. मासपूर्वम् एका दूरवाणी आगता. एकः पूनादेशीयः आसीत् सः अनुसन्धानछात्रः संस्कृते अनुसन्धानछात्रः च भवति.
महेश लघु नेट् समस्या अस्ति वा?
शब्दविषये वा?
शब्दविषये
വീഡിയോ ഓഫ് ചെയ്തോ?
ओके. अधुना कथं भवति?
क्लियर्.
अधुना श्रूयते.
सः पूनदेशीयः संस्कृतक्षेत्रे अनुसन्धानछात्रः. तस्य विषयः संस्कृतचलच्चित्राणि. तदर्थम् अत्र साक्षात् अत्र आगन्तुं सः इच्छति. एवमेवं किञ्चित् साहाय्यम् अपि सम्प्रार्थ्य बहुवारं सः दूरवाणी करोति. एतदेव अद्य मम विषयः, द emerging trends in Sanskrit research. अद्य मम मनसि एकः अभिलाषः भवति। किञ्चित् कालान्तरे हालिवुड्, बालिवुड्, मालिवुड् इति वत् संस्कृतस्यापि एकं स्थानम् आवश्यकं। तस्य दर्शनमेव मम प्रतीक्षा। किमिति चेत् एतस्मिन् चलच्चित्रक्षेत्रे लक्षशः कार्यनिरताः, एवमेव आराधकाः कोटिशः भवन्ति। निश्चयेन संस्कृतचलच्चित्र सालिवुड् अधुना भवति तादृशरूपेण किञ्चित् भवति चेत् तेषां सर्वेषां विषयः भवेत् संस्कृतम्। बहूनि संस्कृतचलच्चित्राणि प्रतिवर्षम् अधुना समागच्छति, तथापि शिक्षाक्षेत्रे तादृशपरिगणना अथवा विचारः न सञ्जायते। अन्यभाषासु एवं न, तत्र जनप्रियकार्येषु सविशेषपरिगणना प्रदास्यते। मातृभाषा इत्यतः स्वाभाविकतया तत्र तादृशरूपेण भविष्यति, किन्तु अस्माकं परिश्रमः अत्र आवश्यकः। एवमेवं बहवः संस्कृतचलच्चित्रनिर्माणाय सन्नद्धाः, किन्तु तदर्थं किं कर्तव्यं, साहाय्यं कुत्र लभ्यते, अथवा साहाय्यम् उपलभ्यते वेति चिन्ता अत्यधिकमेव। कलालयस्य साध्यता अत्र एव भवति। युवकानाम् इष्टविषयमित्यतः तदुपरि चर्चा अपि तत्र आरम्भणीया। तेषाम् इच्छा एवं श्रद्धा अस्य क्षेत्रे अपि अनिवार्यरूपेण आनेतव्या। अधुना केरळे एवं उच्चतरविद्यालये पाठ्यपद्धत्यां गत 5 वर्षेभ्यः संस्कृतपटकथायाः पठनं പ്രചലതി. ഇവിടെ ഞാനതൊരു കാര്യം വ്യക്തമായിട്ട് സൂചിപ്പിക്കാൻ ഉദ്ദേശിക്കുന്നുണ്ട്. എന്തെന്നാൽ 2015 ഹയർ സെക്കൻഡറിയിൽ 2ാം വർഷം +2 പാഠപുസ്തകത്തിൽ സ്ക്രീൻ പ്ലേ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ തിരക്കഥ ഉൾച്ചേർത്തു. ഇപ്പോൾ 5 വർഷമായിട്ട് സംസ്കൃതം പഠിക്കുന്ന വിദ്യാർത്ഥികൾ തിരക്കഥയും അല്ലെങ്കിൽ തിരക്കഥയെക്കുറിച്ചും സിനിമയെക്കുറിച്ചും പഠനം നടത്തുന്നുണ്ട്. ഇതിന്റെ ബൈ പ്രൊഡക്റ്റിനെ കുറിച്ച് പറയുവാൻ വേണ്ടിയിട്ടാണ് ഞാൻ ഈ സന്ദർഭത്തിൽ ഇതാദ്യം തന്നെ ഇതൊന്ന് സൂചിപ്പിക്കുന്നത്. എന്തെന്നാൽ ഈ വിഷയത്തെ നമ്മൾ പൊതുവായിട്ട് അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ചർച്ചാ വിഷയമാക്കിക്കൊണ്ട് ഒരു പാഠമായി മാറിയപ്പോൾ പാഠം പഠിപ്പിക്കപ്പെടുകയും പഠിപ്പിക്കുവാൻ വേണ്ടി പഠിക്കപ്പെടുകയും പഠിച്ചവർ തമ്മിൽ ചർച്ചയും എല്ലാം സ്വാഭാവികമായിട്ടുണ്ടായി. അതിന്റെ ഫലമായി ചലച്ചിത്രം എന്നുള്ളത് ഈ ഒരു ഗ്രൂപ്പിന്റെ ഇടയിൽ അത്ര അപരിചിതമല്ലാത്ത ഒരു കാര്യമായി മാറി. കഴിഞ്ഞ വർഷം പൊതുവിദ്യാഭ്യാസ വകുപ്പ് നടത്തിയ സ്കൂളുകൾക്ക് വേണ്ടി നടത്തിയ ഹ്രസ്വ ചലച്ചിത്ര മത്സരത്തിൽ 25ഓളം ഹ്രസ്വ ചലച്ചിത്രങ്ങളാണ് മത്സരത്തിനായി എത്തിയത്. ആ വ്യത്യാസമാണ് ഞാൻ ഇവിടെ എടുത്തു പറയാൻ ഉദ്ദേശിക്കുന്നത്. ഈ ഒരു വളർച്ച എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ ഒരു ഹ്രസ്വ ചലച്ചിത്രം രൂപപ്പെടണമെങ്കിൽ അവിടുത്തെ PTA-യും അവിടുത്തെ മറ്റധ്യാപകരും വിദ്യാർത്ഥികളും ഈ സംസ്കൃതം പഠിക്കുന്നവർ മാത്രമല്ല മറ്റു വിദ്യാർത്ഥികൾ ഒരു വലിയ എങ്ങനെ പോയാലും 10-40 പേര് കൂടിച്ചേരാതെ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ആ ഒരു ഒരു ചർച്ചയും പല സന്ദർഭങ്ങളിലായി ഇവരെ എല്ലാം ഉൾപ്പെടുത്താതെ ആ നാട്ടിലെ പലയിടത്തും ഷൂട്ടിംഗ് നടക്കും. അങ്ങനെ ഒരു സമൂഹത്തിന്റെ നിർമ്മിതിയായി മാറുകയാണ് സംസ്കൃത ചലച്ചിത്ര നിർമ്മാണം. അതിന്റെ അർത്ഥം സംസ്കൃതം ഒരിക്കൽ പോലും ഒരു പക്ഷെ കേട്ടിട്ടില്ലാത്ത ആ നാട്ടിലെ ഒരു കടക്കാരൻ, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ആ വിദ്യാലയത്തിലെ ഒരു വിദ്യാർത്ഥിയുടെ രക്ഷിതാവ്, ഇവരുടെയൊക്കെ വളരെ അടുത്ത വിഷയമായി ഈ ചലച്ചിത്ര നിർമ്മാണം മാറുന്ന ഒരു കാഴ്ച ഞങ്ങൾ ഈ കാലഘട്ടങ്ങൾ കൊണ്ട് കണ്ടു കഴിഞ്ഞു. ഇവിടെയാണ് നമ്മള് ശ്രദ്ധിക്കേണ്ട ജനപ്രിയ കാര്യങ്ങളിലേക്ക് സംസ്കൃതം കടന്നു വരുമ്പോൾ ഉണ്ടാവുന്ന പരിവർത്തനത്തെ കുറിച്ച് ചിന്തിക്കേണ്ടത്. യസ്യ കസ്യാപി ക്ഷേത്രസ്യ പ്രവർത്തനം ആവശ്യകം ചേത് നിശ്ചയേന തത്ര അനുസന്ധാനം ആവശ്യകമേവ. താദൃശ്യ ഗവേഷണ ഫലസ്യ പുനർ ഉപയോഗം കൃത്വാ നൂതന നിർമ്മിതി ഭവിഷ്യത്യേവ. അനേന സാകം അസ്യ ക്ഷേത്രസ്യ വ്യക്തിത്വമപി പ്രവർത്തതയെ. അവിടെ ആ ഒരു കാര്യത്തെയും നമ്മൾ വീണ്ടും ഊന്നി കാണേണ്ടതുണ്ട്. ഇവിടെയാണ് റിസർച്ച് എന്തുകൊണ്ട് ഈ ക്ഷേത്രത്തിൽ ഈ ഏരിയയിൽ നടക്കണം എന്നുള്ളതിനെ നമുക്ക് അണ്ടർലൈൻ ചെയ്യേണ്ടി വരുന്നത്. റിസർച്ച് നടന്നാൽ മാത്രമേ ആ ഒരു പ്രൊഡക്റ്റിനെ കുറിച്ചുള്ള അക്കാദമികമായ വിലയിരുത്തലുകൾ ആരംഭിക്കുകയുള്ളൂ, പഠനം നടക്കുകയുള്ളൂ. പഠനം നടക്കുവാൻ ആരംഭിച്ചെങ്കിൽ മാത്രമേ അതിനെക്കുറിച്ചുള്ള മറ്റ് ആർട്ടിക്കിളുകൾ നിർമ്മിക്കപ്പെടുകയുള്ളൂ. അല്ലെങ്കിൽ അത് ആരുടെയും ഒരു വിഷയമല്ലാതെ ഒരു സിനിമ ഇറങ്ങുന്ന സമയത്തോ അതിൻ്റെ ഒരു പ്രൊമോഷൻ നടക്കുന്ന സമയത്തോ മാത്രം നടക്കുന്ന ചില പ്രസ് റിലീസിങ്ങുകളിൽ ഒതുങ്ങിപ്പോകുന്നതായി മാറും. അതിന് പകരം അവിടെ പഠനം നടക്കുകയാണെങ്കിൽ അത് സസ്റ്റെയിൻ ചെയ്യുകയാണ്. മാത്രവുമല്ല, സ്വാഭാവികമായിട്ടും പല രീതിയിലുള്ള വിലയിരുത്തലുകൾ വരുമ്പോൾ ഈ ചർച്ചകൾ സാമാന്യ ജനങ്ങളിലേക്ക് കടന്നു ചെല്ലും. സിനിമയെ കുറിച്ചുള്ള ചർച്ചയാണെങ്കിൽ അത് സംസ്കൃതമാകട്ടെ ഏത് ഭാഷയിലുമാകട്ടെ അതിൽ അഭിപ്രായം പറയുവാൻ മറ്റുള്ളവർ ആരംഭിക്കുകയും ചെയ്യും. അങ്ങനെ ഇതിൽ വ്യക്തമായ റിസർച്ചുകൾ നടന്നു തുടങ്ങുമ്പോൾ മാത്രമേ സംസ്കൃത ചലച്ചിത്ര ക്ഷേത്രത്തിന്റെ ഒരു വ്യക്തിത്വം അല്ലെങ്കിൽ അതിൻ്റെ ഭംഗിയായിട്ടുള്ള ഒരു സ്വരൂപം നിർമ്മിക്കുക അല്ലെങ്കിൽ സ്വരൂപം രൂപപ്പെടുകയുള്ളൂ. ഇത് നമ്മുടെ മനസ്സിൽ തീർച്ചയായിട്ടും സൂക്ഷിക്കേണ്ട അല്ലെങ്കിൽ കരുതലോടുകൂടി നമ്മളേവരും അതിനുവേണ്ടി പരിശ്രമിക്കേണ്ട ഒരു കാലഘട്ടം എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ, നേരത്തെ തന്നെ ഞാൻ പറഞ്ഞു, കോടിക്കണക്കിന് ആൾക്കാർ ഒരു ഫിലിമിന്റെ നിർമ്മാണം നടക്കുമ്പോൾ ഒരു യൂണിറ്റ് എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ 100ഓളം ആൾക്കാർ ആ സമയത്ത് അവിടെ എല്ലാ സമയത്തും വേണ്ടതാണ്. ഇതുപോലെ ഇവരുടെ എല്ലാം ഇത് ഏത് ഭാഷയാണ് എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ സാധാരണഗതിയിൽ സംസ്കൃതം എന്ന് പറയുമ്പോൾ അത് ഒന്നെങ്കിൽ പണ്ഡിത അല്ലെങ്കിൽ നമുക്കറിയില്ലാത്ത കുറെ കാര്യങ്ങൾ ചർച്ച ചെയ്യുന്ന ഒരു ഏരിയയാണ് എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞുകൊണ്ട് പെട്ടെന്ന് സാധാരണക്കാർ അതിൽ നിന്നും നിവൃത്തരായി നിൽക്കാം. പക്ഷെ ഇവിടെ അങ്ങനെയല്ല. ഇത് സിനിമയാണ്, വളരെ ജനപ്രിയമായിട്ടുള്ള അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ലോകത്തിലെ ഏറ്റവും പോപ്പുലർ ആയിട്ട് നിൽക്കുന്ന ഒരു കലാ സംസ്കൃതിയുടെ ഇടമാണ്. അപ്പോൾ തീർച്ചയായിട്ടും അതിലേക്ക് പരാന്മുഖരാവുകയല്ല ജനങ്ങൾ ചെയ്യുക, അവർ അതിലേക്ക് ആകൃഷ്ടരാവുകയാണ് ചെയ്യുക. അതുകൊണ്ട് തന്നെ നിരന്തരമായിട്ട് സംസ്കൃത ചലച്ചിത്ര ക്ഷേത്രത്തിൽ ഗവേഷണം ആരംഭിക്കേണ്ടതുണ്ട്. ഇതുകൊണ്ട് തന്നെ അതിന്റെ ഏറ്റവും പെട്ടെന്ന് നമുക്ക് കിട്ടുന്ന ഗുണഫലം എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ ഈ ഭാഷ ഇത്ര സജീവമാണോ എന്നുള്ള ചിന്ത. നമ്മൾ എത്ര അതിനെക്കുറിച്ച് എന്തൊക്കെ പറഞ്ഞാലും എക്സ്പീരിയൻസ് ചെയ്യുകയാണ് ജനങ്ങൾ. ഈ ഭാഷ ഇത്ര സജീവമാണ്, സിനിമകൾ ഇറങ്ങുന്നുണ്ട് അല്ലെ, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ സിനിമയെ കുറിച്ചുള്ള ചർച്ചകൾ നടക്കുമ്പോൾ സിനിമാ നടന്മാർ, സിനിമയിൽ ഇടപെട്ടവർ ഒക്കെ ഇതിനെക്കുറിച്ച് പറയുകയും സംസാരിക്കുകയും ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ നമ്മൾ പ്രത്യേകിച്ച് പറയേണ്ട, ഇത് സജീവമാണ് എന്ന് പറയേണ്ട ആവശ്യമില്ല. അത് സജീവമാണ് എന്നുള്ള ബോധം സമൂഹത്തിൽ സൃഷ്ടിക്കപ്പെടുന്നു. രണ്ടാമത്, റിസർച്ചിൽ ഏർപ്പെടുന്നവർ അവർ വളരെ ലൈവായിട്ടുള്ള ഒരു വിഷയത്തെ ഇപ്പോൾ നടന്നുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്നതിന് ഒപ്പം സഞ്ചരിച്ചുകൊണ്ട് ഗവേഷണത്തിൽ ഏർപ്പെടാൻ പോവുകയാണ്. മാത്രവുമല്ല, ഇന്ന് ഏറ്റവും കൂടുതൽ റിസർച്ചും പഠനങ്ങളും നടക്കുന്ന ഒരു മേഖല എന്നുകൂടി മനസ്സിലാക്കിയാൽ റിസർച്ച് ചെയ്യുന്നവർക്ക് ഇതിൽ ഉണ്ടാവുന്ന ഒരു എനർജിയെ കുറിച്ച് നമുക്ക് മനസ്സിലാവും. അപ്പൊ ആ രീതിയിൽ തീർച്ചയായിട്ടും നമ്മൾ ഗൗനിക്കേണ്ട, ഇപ്പോൾ വളരെ കൃത്യമായി ഈ സമയത്ത് ഈ ഒരു ടോപ്പിക്കിലുള്ള ഒരു സെമിനാർ നടത്തിയത് വളരെ നന്നായി എന്ന് എനിക്ക് തോന്നുന്നു. എന്തെന്നാൽ എനിക്കതിൽ ഒരു സന്തോഷവും കൂടിയുണ്ട്. ഏറ്റവും അവസാനം റിലീസാവാൻ റെഡിയായിട്ട് നിൽക്കുന്ന സിനിമയിൽ ഈ കോളേജിലെ വിദ്യാർത്ഥിനികൾ അതിന്റെ ആദ്യ സീനിൽ തന്നെ എത്തിയിട്ടുണ്ട് എന്നുള്ളതൊരു സന്തോഷത്തിന്റെ അവസരവും കൂടിയായിട്ട് എനിക്ക് തോന്നുന്നു. എന്തെന്നാൽ അവരെങ്കിലും റിസർച്ചിലേക്ക് കടന്നു വരുമ്പോൾ ഇതിനെക്കുറിച്ച് ചെയ്താലോ എന്ന് ചിന്തിക്കുവാനുള്ള ഒരു സാധ്യത അവിടെ ഒരുങ്ങിക്കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ടുണ്ട്. ഇനി just I want to address this film project, how it works. Means the pre-production, production and post-production. നമ്മളത് പറയുന്നത് ഇപ്പൊ ഇതിന്റെ ഒരു റിസർച്ചിലേക്ക് കടന്നു വരികയാണെങ്കിൽ എവിടെ ഫോക്കസ് ചെയ്യാം, എന്തിലേക്ക് ചെല്ലാം, എങ്ങനെ ഒരു റിസർച്ചിന്റെ ഇടമായിട്ട് ഇതിനെ ഫ്രെയിം ചെയ്യാമെന്ന് നമ്മൾ നിശ്ചയിക്കേണ്ടതുണ്ട്. എന്നാൽ ഇതിനൊരു മുൻ ധാരണകൾ നമുക്കില്ല, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ നമ്മുടെ മുമ്പിൽ സംസ്കൃതത്തിന്റെ റിസർച്ചിൽ ഇതിന് ചില സാമ്പിളുകൾ ഇല്ല എന്നുള്ളത് കൊണ്ട് തന്നെ ഇവിടെ പ്രീ പ്രൊഡക്ഷൻ വർക്കിലും പ്രൊഡക്ഷനിലും പോസ്റ്റ് പ്രൊഡക്ഷനിലും അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ആ 3 ഘട്ടങ്ങളിലും നടക്കുന്ന കുറേ പ്രോഗ്രാംസ് ആയിട്ടാണ് ഒരു ഫിലിം ഡെവലപ്പ് ചെയ്യുന്നത്. പ്രീ പ്രൊഡക്ഷനിൽ മുഖ്യമായിട്ടും നമുക്കറിയാം ഒരു പ്ലോട്ട് സ്വീകരിക്കുക. അപ്പോൾ സാൻസ്ക്രിറ്റ് ഫിലിം ആണെങ്കിൽ സാൻസ്ക്രിറ്റ് സംബന്ധിയായ ഒരു പ്ലോട്ടാണോ അതോ ജനറൽ ആയിട്ടുള്ള ഒരു പ്ലോട്ടിനെ സംസ്കൃത ഭാഷയിലൂടെ വിനിമയം ചെയ്യാൻ ഉദ്ദേശിക്കുകയാണ്. സിനിമയെ കുറിച്ച് ആലോചിക്കുമ്പോൾ നമ്മൾ ഒരു കാര്യം വ്യക്തമായിട്ടും മനസ്സിൽ വേണം, നാടകം പോലെയല്ല, ദൃശ്യത്തിനാണ് പ്രാധാന്യമെങ്കിലും ഒരു ഭാഷയിൽ അത് കൈകാര്യം ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ ആ ഭാഷയുടേതായ റിഫ്ലക്ഷൻസ്. ഇപ്പോൾ 6ാമത്തെ സംസ്കൃത ചലച്ചിത്രമായ അനുരക്തിയുടെ പ്രോജക്റ്റിൽ ഞാൻ ഉണ്ടായിരുന്ന സമയത്ത് അനുരക്തിയുടെ സംവിധായകൻ ഒരു ആശ്ചര്യത്തോടു കൂടി ഒരു കാര്യം, അല്ല മാഷേ ഇതിൽ ചീത്ത പദങ്ങൾ ഇല്ല അല്ലെ എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ ഒരു തിരിച്ചറിവിലേക്ക് അവർ കടന്നു പോവുകയായിരുന്നു. എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ അതിന്റെ പ്രീ പ്രൊഡക്ഷനിൽ അതിന്റെ ഡയലോഗ്സ് ഫ്രെയിം ചെയ്യുന്ന ഡയലോഗ്സ് എഴുതാനിരിക്കുന്ന സമയത്താണ് ഈ ചർച്ചകൾ ഉണ്ടാവുന്നത്. ആ ഒരു സ്ക്രിപ്റ്റിലെ ഡയലോഗുകൾ ചെയ്തിരുന്ന സമയത്ത് അവരുടെ ഐഡിയയിൽ കുറെ ചീത്ത പറയുന്ന കുറെ സീനുകളൊക്കെ ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നു. അപ്പൊ അതിൻ്റെ അകത്ത് ചർച്ച വന്നപ്പോ അപ്പൊ ഈ ഭാഷ എങ്ങനെയാണ് ഒരു ദൃശ്യകാവ്യത്തിലേക്ക് അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഒരു സിനിമയിലേക്ക് കൺവേർട്ട് ചെയ്യപ്പെടുമ്പോൾ ചില ഡ്രിമ്മിങ് അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ചില മോഡിഫിക്കേഷൻസ് അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ചില ഓൾട്ടർനേഷൻസ് അവിടെ സംഭവിക്കുന്നത് എന്നുള്ളതിന് ഒരു ഉദാഹരണമായി ഞാൻ പറഞ്ഞത്. അപ്പൊ ഇങ്ങനെയുള്ള ഡിസ്കഷൻസുകളുടെ ഇടം അല്ലെങ്കിൽ അതിന്റെ ഒരു ടൈമാണ് പ്രീ പ്രൊഡക്ഷൻ. മാത്രമല്ല പ്രീ പ്രൊഡക്ഷനിൽ നിന്ന് തന്നെയാണ് ആർട്ടിന്റെ ഡിപ്പാർട്ട്മെന്റും കോസ്റ്റ്യൂമിന്റെ ഡിപ്പാർട്ട്മെന്റും മേക്കപ്പിന്റെ ഡിപ്പാർട്ട്മെന്റും ഒക്കെ അവരുടേതായ ഡിസ്കഷൻസ് ആരംഭിക്കുന്നത്. അപ്പൊ അതുകൊണ്ട് അവിടെ ഒരു വലിയ ഇടമുണ്ട്. ഈ ഒരു പഴയ പ്ലോട്ട് അല്ലെങ്കിൽ സംസ്കൃതത്തിന്റെ ഒരു പഴയ, ഇപ്പോൾ നമുക്കറിയാം ഭഗവത്ഗീത നമ്മുടെ മുമ്പിൽ നിൽക്കുന്നുണ്ട്. ഭഗവത്ഗീതയുടെ തിരക്കഥയിൽ നിന്നുകൊണ്ട് അതിന്റെ ആർട്ട് കൈകാര്യം ചെയ്യേണ്ട സമയത്ത് റഫറൻസുകൾ ആവശ്യമുണ്ട്. എന്തുകൊണ്ട് ഈ സ്പോട്ട് എടുക്കാം, എന്തുകൊണ്ട് ഇവിടെ ഷൂട്ട് ചെയ്യാം, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ എന്തുകൊണ്ട് ഇവിടെ ഇന്ന മെറ്റീരിയൽസ് അല്ലെങ്കിൽ വർക്കുകൾ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ രീതികൾ ഉപയോഗിക്കണം എന്നുള്ള ചർച്ച അവിടെ നടക്കേണ്ടിയിരിക്കുന്നു. അതിനെ നമ്മൾ നിരീക്ഷിക്കേണ്ടിയിരിക്കുന്നു. അതുപോലെ കോസ്റ്റ്യൂമിന്റെ കാര്യത്തിൽ, ആ മേക്കപ്പിന്റെ കാര്യത്തിൽ ഒക്കെ വളരെ നമ്മുടെ സംസ്കൃതത്തിന്റെ പിന്നാമ്പുറങ്ങളിലേക്ക് നമ്മൾ കടന്നു ചെന്ന് പല വായനകളും പല പരന്ന വായനകളും ആവശ്യമായിട്ട് വരുന്നു. അപ്പൊ അവിടെയൊക്കെ അക്കാഡമിക്കായിട്ട് അതിനെ നോക്കി കാണുവാനുള്ള ഇടമുണ്ട് എന്ന് പറയുവാനാണ് ഞാൻ അതിനെ ഉദ്ദേശിച്ചത്. പിന്നെ പ്രൊഡക്ഷനിൽ നമുക്കറിയാം, പ്രൊഡക്ഷനിൽ ഷൂട്ടിംഗ് നടക്കുകയാണ്. ആ ഷൂട്ടിങ്ങിന്റെ മുഴുവൻ സമയങ്ങളിലും അവിടെ ഡയലോഗുകളെ വിനിമയം ചെയ്യാൻ എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ പലപ്പോഴും ഡയലോഗുകളെ വീണ്ടും അതിന്റെ ഒരിക്കലും ദൃശ്യത്തിനെ ഓവർകം ചെയ്ത് പോവാതെ പലപ്പോഴും അതിന് സപ്പോർട്ട് ചെയ്യുന്ന രീതിയിൽ ഡയലോഗുകളെ ഡ്രിം ചെയ്യേണ്ടതുണ്ട്. സ്വാഭാവികമായിട്ടും അതിന് ഒരു വഴക്കം ഉണ്ടാക്കേണ്ടതുണ്ട്. എങ്കിൽ മാത്രമേ പലപ്പോഴും അഭിനേതാക്കൾക്കും മറ്റുള്ളവർക്കും അവരൊരിക്കലും കേൾക്കുകയോ പ്രയോഗിക്കുകയോ ചെയ്യാത്ത ഒരു ഭാഷയായതുകൊണ്ട്, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ അവർക്ക് ചില സാമ്പിളുകൾ മുമ്പിൽ കണ്ടിട്ട് ഇത് ചെയ്യുവാൻ സാധിക്കാതെ ഇരിക്കുന്നത് കൊണ്ട് ഇതിനെ ഭംഗിയായിട്ട് ഉപയോഗിക്കാൻ കഴിയും. ഈ ലാസ്റ്റ് സിനിമ ചെയ്തപ്പോൾ അദ്ദേഹത്തിന് കുറച്ച് മുൻപരിചയങ്ങൾ അതിലുണ്ടായിരുന്നത് കൊണ്ട് എത്ര എത്ര മനോഹരമായിട്ടാണ് ജയറാം സാർ അതിൽ ഡയലോഗുകൾ കൈകാര്യം ചെയ്തത് എന്ന് ശരിക്കും പറഞ്ഞാൽ ആശ്ചര്യകരമായിരുന്നു. മാത്രമല്ല അതിൽ ഡബിങ്ങിന്റെ സമയത്ത് എത്ര അനായാസം, രണ്ടാമതോ മൂന്നാമതോ ഒന്നും എടുക്കേണ്ടി തന്നെ വരാതെ തന്നെ വളരെ അനായാസമായിട്ട് അതിലേക്ക് കടന്നു പോകാൻ അതിനുള്ള ഒരു പ്രീ വർക്ക് അദ്ദേഹം ചെയ്തിരുന്നു എന്ന് തോന്നുന്നു. അതിനുവേണ്ടി വളരെ ഡെഡിക്കേഷൻ അദ്ദേഹം കാണിച്ചു. അപ്പൊ ഇതൊക്കെ നമ്മുടെ മുമ്പിൽ കാണിക്കുന്നത് എങ്ങനെയാണ് ഇതിനെ അഭിനേതാക്കളും സംവിധായകരും, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഇതിന്റെ മറ്റു ഡിപ്പാർട്ട്മെന്റുകൾ ഒരുപാടുണ്ട്, സംവിധായകരുടെ ഒരു ഗ്രൂപ്പ്, അസോസിയേറ്റും അസിസ്റ്റന്റ് ഡയറക്ടേഴ്സും ഒക്കെ ഉൾപ്പെടുന്ന വലിയൊരു ഗ്രൂപ്പ് ഉണ്ട്. അവർക്ക് അതിനെക്കുറിച്ച് ചർച്ച ചെയ്യേണ്ടി വരുന്നു. അതിന്റെ സിനിമാറ്റോഗ്രാഫി ചെയ്യുന്ന, ഛായാഗ്രഹണം നിർവഹിക്കുന്ന ക്യാമറാമാനും മെയിൻ ക്യാമറാമാനും അഡീഷണൽ ക്യാമറാമാനുമായിട്ടുള്ളവരുടെ ഒരു വലിയ ഗ്രൂപ്പ് ഉണ്ട്. എഡിറ്റേഴ്സിന്റെ ഒരു ഗ്രൂപ്പ് ഉണ്ട്. മ്യൂസിക് ചെയ്യുന്നത്, സോങ് കമ്പോസ് ചെയ്യുന്ന, അതിന്റെ സീക്വൻസുകൾ അടക്കം സെറ്റ് ചെയ്യുന്നിടത്ത് വരുന്ന കാര്യങ്ങൾ, അതിലെ സോങ്, അതിന്റെ പാട്ട്, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ അതിനെ റെക്കോർഡിങ്, സബ് ടൈറ്റിലുകളിൽ പോലും. പിന്നെ പ്രധാനമായിട്ടും ഡബിങ്ങിന്റെ കാര്യം നമുക്ക് പറയേണ്ടതില്ല. ഇവിടെയെല്ലാം സംസ്കൃതം കൈകാര്യം ചെയ്തുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്ന, സംസ്കൃതത്തിന്റെ ഇടപെടലുകൾ, സംസ്കൃതം അറിയുന്നവരുടെ ഇടപെടലുകൾ ഇതിലുണ്ടാവുന്നുണ്ട്. പക്ഷെ അത് എത്ര കണ്ട് സമർത്ഥമായിട്ടാണ് നടക്കുന്നത്? ശരിക്കും ഒരു ക്രിട്ടിക്കൽ തിങ്കിങ് നമുക്ക് ആവശ്യമെങ്കിൽ മാത്രമേ ഇതിനൊരു വളർച്ച ഉണ്ടാവൂ. വളർച്ചയുണ്ടായാൽ മാത്രമേ ഇത് ഇന്റർനാഷണൽ ലെവലിൽ ശ്രദ്ധിക്കപ്പെടാൻ തുടങ്ങുകയുള്ളൂ. അപ്പൊ അതുകൊണ്ട് ഈ ഭാഗങ്ങളിലൊക്കെ റിസർച്ചിലേക്ക് കടന്നു ചെല്ലുമ്പോൾ ഒരുപാട് സ്പേസുകളുണ്ട്. ശങ്കരാചാര്യർ എന്ന് പറയുന്ന സിനിമയെ കാണുമ്പോൾ നമുക്കതറിയാം. അവിടെ ആ ഫിലിം എടുത്തതിന്റെ പിന്നിലുള്ള പ്രതിഭയെ അളന്നെടുക്കണമെങ്കിൽ, നമുക്കിപ്പോ കാണുമ്പോൾ നമ്മളൊരു റിവ്യൂ പറയുന്നത് പോലെ അല്ല അക്കാഡമിക്കലി അതിനെ സമീപിച്ചു തുടങ്ങുമ്പോൾ, അപ്പോഴാണ് ശരിക്കും ആ പ്രതിഭയുടെ ആഴം നമ്മുടെ മുമ്പിലേക്ക് വ്യക്തമായി കടന്നു വരിക. ഇത്ര മഹത്തരമായ ഒരു സിനിമയായിരുന്നു അല്ലെ സംസ്കൃതത്തിലെ ആദ്യത്തെ സിനിമ എന്ന് നാം പോലും തിരിച്ചറിയാൻ തുടങ്ങും. അത്ര വലിയൊരു വർക്കായിരുന്നു അതിൽ നടന്നിട്ടുണ്ടായിരുന്നത്. അപ്പൊ ഇങ്ങനെ ഈ അക്കാഡമിക് ആയിട്ടുള്ള റിസർച്ചുകളും ഡിസ്കഷൻസും ആരംഭിച്ചാൽ മാത്രമേ ഏറ്റവും ജനകീയ കലാരൂപമായ സിനിമ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ സംസ്കൃത സിനിമകൾ എന്നുള്ളതിനേക്ക് ഒരു ഹൈലൈറ്റ്, അവരുടെ ഒരു വ്യക്തിത്വം നമുക്ക് സൃഷ്ടിക്കാൻ സാധിക്കും. സ്വാഭാവികമായിട്ടും അങ്ങനെയുള്ള പേപ്പറുകളും അതിനെ തുടർന്നുള്ള സംവാദങ്ങളും രൂപപ്പെടുമ്പോൾ നാളെ മുതൽ സംസ്കൃത ചലച്ചിത്രമേളകൾ ആരംഭിക്കും. ഈ വർഷം ആദ്യമായിട്ടൊരു സംസ്കൃത ചലച്ചിത്രമേള ചെങ്ങന്നൂര് വെച്ച് നടന്നു. പക്ഷെ അത് അത്ര പ്രൗഢമായ ഒരു സദസ്സിലേക്ക് കുറെ ആൾക്കാർ വരുന്നു, കാണുന്നു എന്നല്ലാതെ ഒരു വലിയ സംവാദത്തിന്റെ തലത്തിലേക്ക് വളർന്നു തുടങ്ങാൻ ഏറ്റവും ആദ്യത്തെ ഒരു സംസ്കൃത ചലച്ചിത്ര മേള എന്ന് വേണമെങ്കിൽ അതിനെ പറയാം. കൂടാതെ ഇരിങ്ങാലക്കുടയിൽ വെച്ചിട്ട് ഹ്രസ്വ ചലച്ചിത്രമേള നടന്നു. അപ്പൊ ഇതൊക്കെ ഇതിലേക്ക് പുതിയ കാൽവയ്പ്പുകളാണ്. അവിടെ സംവാദങ്ങൾ ഉണ്ടാവുന്നുണ്ട്. മാത്രവുമല്ല, നിരവധി മറ്റ് ഡിപ്പാർട്ട്മെന്റുകളുമായി കൂടിച്ചേർന്നുകൊണ്ടുള്ള സംവാദങ്ങളിലേക്കും ഇത് കടന്നു ചെല്ലും. അപ്പൊ ഈ രീതിയിൽ സംസ്കൃത ചലച്ചിത്രങ്ങളെ കുറിച്ചുള്ള ഒരു രീതി അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഒരു സംവാദത്തിന്റെയും റിസർച്ചിന്റെയും ഒരു ആരംഭം ഉണ്ടാകട്ടെ എന്ന് ഞാനിവിടെ പറയുകയാണ്. വളരെ പെട്ടെന്ന് ഞാനിവിടെ ഉപസംഹരിക്കാൻ ഉണ്ണികൃഷ്ണമാഷ് സമയം കടന്നുപോയി എന്ന് സൂചിപ്പിച്ചു. വളരെ പെട്ടെന്ന് ഞാൻ ഇതിന്റെ ഒരു ഇതിലേക്ക് കടന്നു വരികയാണ്. 1983 GV അയ്യർ ആദിശങ്കരാചാര്യ എന്ന തന്റെ അദ്വിതീയമായ ദൃശ്യകാവ്യത്തെ രൂപപ്പെടുത്തുന്നത്. അതോടുകൂടിയാണ് ലോകത്തിന്, സംസ്കൃതം അറിയുന്നവർക്കെല്ലാം മറ്റുള്ളവർക്ക് ദൈനംദിന വ്യവഹാരങ്ങളിൽ മനോഹരമായിട്ട് ഈ ഭാഷയെ കോർത്തെടുക്കാം എന്നുള്ളത് കുറച്ചുകൂടി എക്സ്പീരിയൻസ് ചെയ്യാൻ സാധിക്കുന്നത്. അതിന്റെ പ്രതിഫലനമാണ് 4 ദേശീയ പുരസ്കാരങ്ങളോടെയാണ് ആ സിനിമ വരവേൽക്കപ്പെട്ടത്. അങ്ങനെ 31ാം ദേശീയ പുരസ്കാരം നേടിയ ആദിശങ്കരാചാര്യയാണ് വളരെ ആയിരക്കണക്കിന് വർഷങ്ങൾ പഴക്കമുള്ള ഈ ഭാഷയിലെ ആദ്യ ചലച്ചിത്രമായി പുറത്തു വരുന്നത്. പിന്നീട് 10 വർഷങ്ങൾക്ക് ശേഷമാണ് അദ്ദേഹത്തിന്റെ തന്നെ കന്നഡ സിനിമാ ലോകത്തെ ഭീഷ്മാചാര്യർ എന്നറിയപ്പെടുന്ന GV അയ്യറിന്റെ തന്നെ ഭഗവത്ഗീത എന്ന ചലച്ചിത്രവും നിർമ്മിക്കപ്പെടുന്നു. അവിടെ അതിൽ നമ്മൾ കൂടുതൽ ശ്രദ്ധിക്കേണ്ടതാണ്, വളരെ റിസർച്ച് ആവശ്യമുള്ളതാണ്. 40ാമത് ദേശീയ ചലച്ചിത്ര പുരസ്കാരം ലഭിച്ച ആ സിനിമ ഹിമാലയ സാനുക്കളിൽ വളരെ ക്ലേശം സഹിച്ച് നിർമ്മിച്ചിട്ടുള്ള ഒരു സിനിമയാണ്. ആ സിനിമയുടെ ഒരു സാധ്യതയെ കുറിച്ച്, അത് അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഇത്ര ഭഗവത്ഗീത പോലെയുള്ള ഒരു തീമിനെ എങ്ങനെയാണ് ഒരു തിരക്കഥയിലേക്ക് കൺവേർട്ട് ചെയ്തെടുത്ത് അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഒരു ദൃശ്യകാവ്യമായി രൂപപ്പെടുത്തിയത് എന്ന് അവിടെ വലിയ പഠനങ്ങൾ നടക്കേണ്ടതാണ്. പിന്നീട് 22 വർഷങ്ങൾക്ക് ശേഷമാണ് അരാമിക് ഭാഷയിൽ, കേവലം 25 ഫാമിലികൾ സംസാരിക്കുന്ന അരാമിക്, ക്രിസ്തു സംസാരിച്ചിരുന്ന ഭാഷ അരാമിക് ഭാഷയിൽ ഒരു ചലച്ചിത്രം വന്നതിന്റെ അതിൽ നിന്ന് കിട്ടിയ, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ആ അരാമിക് അവിടെ പോയി അതിനെ കണ്ടപ്പോൾ ഉണ്ടായ ഒരു പ്രേരണയും കൂടിയാണ് വിനോദ് മങ്കരയെ കൊണ്ട്, മലയാളിയായ വിനോദ് മങ്കരയെ കൊണ്ട് പ്രിയമാനസം എന്ന ചിത്രം ചെയ്യിപ്പിച്ചു. അദ്ദേഹം അത് വ്യക്തമായി എടുത്തു പറയുന്നുണ്ട്. അങ്ങനെ 22 വർഷങ്ങൾക്ക് ശേഷം വീണ്ടും മറ്റൊരു മൂന്നാമത്തെ സംസ്കൃത ചലച്ചിത്രം പുറത്തിറങ്ങി. 63ാമത് ദേശീയ ചലച്ചിത്രത്തിൽ മികച്ച സംസ്കൃത ചലച്ചിത്രത്തിനുള്ള പുരസ്കാരം 90 മിനിറ്റ് ദൈർഘ്യമുള്ള ഈ സിനിമ നേടുകയുണ്ടായി. തൊട്ടടുത്ത വർഷം പ്രൊഫസർ ഇഷ്ടി എന്ന സംസ്കൃത ചലച്ചിത്രം വന്നു. ഒരു സാമൂഹിക വിഷയത്തെ കൈകാര്യം ചെയ്യുന്ന ആദ്യ ചലച്ചിത്രമായിട്ട് അത് മാറി. 47ാമത് രാജ്യാന്തര ചലച്ചിത്രമേള ഗോവയിലെ ഉദ്ഘാടന ചിത്രം. ആലോചിക്കണം, ഇതിന് തൊട്ടുമുമ്പുള്ള പ്രിയമാനസവും അതിനുശേഷമുള്ള ഇഷ്ടിയും ആ ചലച്ചിത്രമേളകളുടെ ഉദ്ഘാടന ചിത്രമായിട്ട് തന്നെയാണ് സ്വീകരിച്ചത്. നിരവധി അംഗീകാരങ്ങളും മേളകളിൽ പങ്കെടുക്കലും ഒക്കെ ഈ സിനിമയും നേടിയിട്ടുണ്ട്. അതിനുശേഷം തൊട്ടടുത്ത വർഷം സൂര്യകാന്ത എന്ന ചലച്ചിത്രം, സാധാരണക്കാരന്റെ ജീവിതവുമായി ബന്ധപ്പെട്ട് നിൽക്കുന്ന ഒരു ഇതിവൃത്തം സ്വീകരിച്ചുകൊണ്ട് സൂര്യകാന്ത എന്ന ചലച്ചിത്രം രൂപപ്പെട്ടു. ഇതിനും നിരവധി അംഗീകാരങ്ങളും പരിഗണനകളും ഒക്കെ ലഭിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ട്. 2017 തന്നെ ആദ്യത്തെ 3D ചലച്ചിത്രവും കൂടിയായ അനുരക്തി എന്ന സംസ്കൃത ചലച്ചിത്രം പുറത്തിറങ്ങി. വളരെ മനോഹരമായ ചില ഗാനങ്ങൾ ഉൾപ്പെടുത്തി തുടങ്ങി എന്നുള്ളത് സംസ്കൃത ചലച്ചിത്ര രംഗത്ത് ഈ സമയത്ത് മുമ്പോട്ട് വന്നിട്ടുള്ള ചില ട്രെൻഡുകളിലേക്ക് നമ്മുടെ ശ്രദ്ധയെ കൊണ്ടുപോകുന്നുണ്ട്. യുനെസ്കോയുടെ പൈതൃക കലാരൂപങ്ങളിൽപ്പെട്ട സംസ്കൃത നാടകാഭിനയ രൂപമായ കൂടിയാട്ടത്തിനെ തീമാക്കി എടുത്തിട്ടാണ് പി.കെ. അശോകൻ ഈ സിനിമയിലൂടെ സംവദിച്ചത്. അതിനുശേഷം 2019 ആദ്യമായി ബോളിവുഡിൽ നിന്നും ചന്ദ്രശേഖർ ആസാദിന്റെ കഥയുമായി ബന്ധപ്പെട്ടുകൊണ്ട് അഹം ബ്രഹ്മാസ്മി എന്ന ചലച്ചിത്രം റിലീസ് ചെയ്യപ്പെട്ടു. 2019 തന്നെ കേരളത്തിൽ മധുരസ്മിതം എന്ന കുട്ടികളുടെ ആദ്യത്തെ സംസ്കൃത ചലച്ചിത്രം നിർമ്മിക്കപ്പെട്ടു. അപ്പൊ ഇതൊക്കെ നമ്മളെ കാണിക്കുന്നത് സംസ്കൃത ചലച്ചിത്ര ക്ഷേത്രം അനുദിനം പരിണമിച്ചുകൊണ്ടും വളർന്നുകൊണ്ട് വരികയാണ്. 2020 റിലീസ് ചെയ്യുവാൻ തയ്യാറായിട്ട് പത്മശ്രീ ജയറാം മുഖ്യ കഥാപാത്രമായി ചെയ്ത അവിടെ നമോ വിജീഷ് മണി സംവിധാനം നിർമ്മിച്ച ഈ ചലച്ചിത്രം വളരെ ശ്രദ്ധേയമാകുന്നത് പ്രമുഖ താരങ്ങൾ സംസ്കൃത സിനിമയിലേക്ക് കടന്നു വരുന്ന ഒരു വ്യത്യാസം നമ്മളിവിടെ അനുഭവിച്ചു തുടങ്ങിയാണ്. സ്വാഭാവികമായിട്ടും അവരെ ഇടപെടുന്ന മേഖലകളിലെല്ലാം അതിന്റെ ഒരു വൈബ് കടന്നു ചെല്ലുകയാണ്. അപ്പൊ അങ്ങനെ സംസ്കൃത ചലച്ചിത്ര മേഖല വളരെ വളരെ വ്യക്തമായ രീതിയിൽ വളർന്നുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുകയാണ്. മാത്രമല്ല 2020 ഇപ്പോൾ ആദ്യം റിലീസ് ചെയ്തത് നമുക്കറിയാം ഉണ്ണികോടി എന്ന അനിമേറ്റഡ് ആയിട്ടുള്ള ആദ്യ സംസ്കൃത ചലച്ചിത്രമാണ്. 4-5 വർഷത്തെ കഠിന പരിശ്രമത്തിന്റെ ഫലമായിട്ടാണ് അവർ ആ സിനിമ പൂർത്തീകരിച്ചത്. മാത്രവുമല്ല കർണാടകയിലെ ഒരു സ്റ്റോറിയെ തീമാക്കി എടുത്തുകൊണ്ടാണ് രവിശങ്കർ ആ സിനിമ ചെയ്തിട്ടുള്ളത്. ഇതുകൂടാതെ ഇപ്പോൾ 5 സിനിമകളാണ് ഇപ്പോൾ അനൗൺസ് ചെയ്ത് നിൽക്കുന്നത്. കൂടാതെ 2-3 പേർ ഞങ്ങൾ സംസ്കൃത സിനിമകൾ ചെയ്യുകയാണ് എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞു. അഗോചരാർണവം എന്ന പേരിൽ കർണാടകയിൽ നിന്നൊരു ഫിലിം റിലീസ് ചെയ്യാൻ തയ്യാറായി കഴിഞ്ഞു. അതിന്റെ പ്രൊഡക്ഷന്റെ വർക്കുകൾ മുഴുവൻ കഴിഞ്ഞിരിക്കുന്നു. അങ്ങനെ മൃച്ഛകടികം എന്ന സിനിമ ഒരു ഷെഡ്യൂളിലൂടെ പൂർത്തീകരിച്ചു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ അതും പുറത്തിറങ്ങിയാണ്. അങ്ങനെ സംസ്കൃത ചലച്ചിത്ര മേഖല വളരെയധികം വികസിച്ചുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുകയാണ്, വളർന്നുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുകയാണ്. അതുകൊണ്ട് തീർച്ചയായിട്ടും എമർജിംഗ് ട്രെൻഡ്സ് ഇൻ സാൻസ്ക്രിറ്റ് റിസർച്ച് എന്ന് ചിന്തിക്കുമ്പോൾ നമ്മുടെ മനസ്സിലേക്ക് പെട്ടെന്ന് കടന്നു വരേണ്ട ഒരിടമായി സംസ്കൃത ചലച്ചിത്ര മേഖല, ചലച്ചിത്രങ്ങൾ, തിരക്കഥകൾ ഒക്കെ ഇടം പിടിക്കട്ടെ എന്ന് ആശംസിക്കുകയും കൂടി ചെയ്തുകൊണ്ട് നിർത്തുന്നു. നന്ദി, നമസ്കാരം.
ധന്യവാദ മഹേഷ് ബാബു. സംസ്കൃത ചലനചിത്രത്തിന്റെ ഈ അത്ഭുതകരമായിട്ടുള്ള ഒരു മാറ്റമാണ് മഹേഷ് സൂചിപ്പിച്ചത്. വളരെ അഭിനന്ദനീയമായിട്ടുള്ള ഒരു വിഷയമാണ്. സംസ്കൃത ചലനചിത്രത്തില് ഇപ്പോ നമ്മുടെ സംസ്കൃത കോളേജിന്റെ പൂർവ്വ വിദ്യാർത്ഥി തന്നെ മധുരസ്മിതം എന്ന കുട്ടികൾക്കുള്ള സംസ്കൃത ചലനചിത്രം ഉണ്ടാക്കി. അത് വളരെ ജനപ്രിയമായി. ഇപ്പോ ഏറ്റവും കുറഞ്ഞ സമയത്തിൽ എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ 48 മണിക്കൂറിൽ ഒരു സംസ്കൃത ചലനചിത്രം തയ്യാറാക്കി എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ സ്ക്രിപ്റ്റ് ടു സ്ക്രീൻ 48 മണിക്കൂർ കൊണ്ട് തയ്യാറാക്കിയിട്ട് ഒരു ഗിന്നസ് റെക്കോർഡിന് വേണ്ടിയിട്ട് ശ്രമിക്കുകയാണ്. അതിനുള്ള തയ്യാറെടുപ്പിലാണ് നമ്മുടെ സംസ്കൃത കോളേജിലെ പൂർവ്വ വിദ്യാർത്ഥി കൂടിയായിട്ടുള്ള സുരേഷ് ഗായത്രി. മധുഭാഷിതം, ആയുർവേദത്തിന്റെ പ്രാധാന്യം സൂചിപ്പിക്കുന്ന ഒരു ചലനചിത്രത്തിന്റെ പണിപ്പുരയിലാണ്. അപ്പോൾ അത് നമുക്കും ഏവർക്കും അഭിമാനിക്കത്തക്കതാണ്. നമുക്ക് അടുത്ത വിഷയത്തിലേക്ക് കടക്കാം. മിസ്റ്റർ തേജസ് എസ് നമ്പൂതിരി, he is a guest lecturer in Sanskrit of Ayyankali Memorial Arts and Science College, Punallur. He is undergoing his PhD in the field of Tantra. Today he is going to present his paper on churning of Tantric ocean, Tantra philosophy, new perspective and trends. I request Tejas S. Nambudiri to present his topic, present his paper within 10 minutes, please.
Sadashivasamarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryandam Vande Guru Parambaram. Most respected Rani Sadashivamurthy sir, most respected CM Neelakandan sir, Unnikrishnan sir, Harinarayanan sir, Rajesh Kumar sir, and all eminent personalities who are present virtually in this international seminar. A very good morning to one and all. First of all, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to IQAC, Government Sanskrit College, and also special thanks to Rajesh Kumar sir and Unnikrishnan sir for giving me a chance to present my paper in this most intellectual international webinar. Unnikrishnan sir have told that I should not exceed my time limit that is in my mind. As a Tantra lover and a Tantric practitioner, I know that I should keep in my mind that time is precious. If I exceed the time limit, I know that I should do the Muhurta Prayashita also. So I promise hereby that I will not exceed the time limit. Moving on to my topic, that is churning of the Tantric ocean, Tantra philosophy, new perspectives and trends. We know that Tantra is a very vast ocean and many gems are present inside it. And moving to the modern perspectives, there are very much scopes and also there are limitations also in the field of Tantra. So moving on to the topic, I am going inside the cream or essence of my presentation, that is concept of Tantra for a few has been washed away by the idea Tantra for all. That is, there was a misbelief or misunderstanding among the common public that Tantra is for only a few people. It has been changed now as Tantra for all. There are many reasons for that. One of the main reasons was that many people thought that Tantra is only for Tantris or for intellectual personalities. But Tantra is very vast and is useful for even common public and also for intellectual giants. The misbelief about Tantra as a secret cult or as a ritualistic practice to do malefic things is just because of the unawareness about it. People thought that Tantra is to perform some malefic things, etc., etc. It was prominent outside Kerala. People have misunderstood Tantra with Mantravada, and they have thought that Tantra is to do malefic things, etc. Even though the philosophical aspect and scientific basis are harder, just like any other science or philosophy, it has a high relevance in the modern world. The awareness that the body is Panchabhuta and also the whole world creates an awareness of universal brotherhood. This is an important point, that is our body is made up of Panchabhuta, and also the whole universe is made of Panchabhuta, which creates an awareness of universal brotherhood. Moving on to the next slide, that is the Woodroofian era. The many misconceptions, false beliefs and misbeliefs were washed away by the hard work of Sir John Woodroof, or his pen name, Arthur Avalon. The contributions of Sir John Woodroof or Arthur Avalon to the field of Tantra was legendary. He made the outlook of Tantra to a universal perspective. He made the edited versions of many Tantric manuscripts so that it became easily available for the younger generations. The command in the language, along with true knowledge in the Tantra scriptures, made his writings most effective and interesting. Some of his major works are Introduction to Tantra Shastra, Principles of Tantra, Hymns to the Goddess, Shakti and Shakta, Hymn to Kali, Karpuradi Stotra, The Worldless Power, The Serpent Power, The Garland of Letters, which are inevitable books for all tantric lovers. Massive amount of knowledge increases the scope of research works. We can see that there is an abundant amount of knowledge which is prescribed as or saved in the scriptures of Tantra Shastra. Some examples are here given. Muktaka Tantra has 6,050 verses, Sharada Tilaka 16,025, Kapila Tantra 6,080, Yoga Dhamara 23,533, etc., etc. Due to the limitation of time, I am moving in a fast pace. Besides the vast treasure of Shaiva, Shakta, and Vaishnava Tantras, there also exists Agamas and Samhitas, which fully shows the might and depth of the ocean. The threefold classifications of Tantras as Vishnukranta, Rethakranta, and Ashwakranta is there, and 192 works belongs to this, giving 64 to each class. Sutra works like Vaikhanasa Sutra, Narada Bhakti Sutra also exist. It also have the literature of Yamalas and Damaras. Moving to the next slide, that is the great Advaitin Shankaracharya himself have wrote the Prapanchasara Tantra, which alone explains the might of this branch. His famous disciple Padmapada Acharya have written Vivarana for it. Shankaracharya also wrote the Saundarya Lahari to explain the tantric principles. The authorship of works like Sabarya Hridaya, Saubhagya Vidya, and Subhagodaya Padhati is also ascribed to him by some scholars. Anyway, there is no doubt his claim for a prominent place among the writers of Tantra. Tantra is the most practical philosophy. While the Vedanta recommends the method of transcendent wisdom, the method of sublime philosophy, the method that could be followed by men of exceptionally high intellectual and moral attainments, the Tantra prescribes a method helpful even to men of lower achievements, a method which utilizes physical and physiological process for the attainment of spiritual realization. These are not the words of me. I have taken it from the Tantras, their philosophy and occult secrets. So I have given the courtesy to. American Austrian physicist Fritjof Capra's legendary work, The Tao of Physics, had opened up new doors in the interdisciplinary research work. From here, another era starts, the interdisciplinary work of Tantra Shastra with other modern science. The mystic sounds or mantras discovered by the rishis are not only philosophical, but also has the elements of modern science. The philosophy of Vaisheshika is also accepted by the Tantra practitioners and is used widely during the Bijangura Puja, which is an essential part of Pradishta, that is obtaining certain prescribed kalas from the Para Chaitanya to the deity, which is having the attributes as discovered by the rishis and is holistically placed in the sanctum sanctorum. There is a greater scope in the field of interdisciplinary scientific research associating with sound engineering, music therapy, and sound therapy. Next, I am presenting the slide of the that is the Tandava dance of Shiva, which is placed in the science agency of CERN. This is a common thing which is known for everyone. So I am skipping this because of the time limit. The mantras uttered along with the sound of the conch shell, that is Shang, with the holy drum Timila, which recites the Upanishadic mantras instrumentally, as explained in the Ishana Shiva Gurudeva Bhattadi, substantiates the conclusion driven by Fritjof Capra and all Sikhs high importance and relevance in the modern day interdisciplinary researches. The Mandapa Nirmana stated in the Sharada Tilaka can be associated with civil engineering and the construction of Sobanam and premises in such a way to reduce echo and false sound tanmatras can be associated with the interior designing. If the software engineering wizards try to decode the principles of creation explained in the Tantra scriptures, can cause revolution in the field of artificial intelligence and robotics. Ayurveda has made great use of the Tantra Shastra. The sage Sushruta has given high importance to the Saguna representation of each tattva with a deity. Veerasimhavalokana, an Ayurvedic text, is truly an interdisciplinary research work of Ayurveda and Tantra Shastra. Many interdisciplinary works are carrying at a high pace in different universities all around the world on the axis of Tantra. Positive psychological functioning in long-term practitioners of highest yoga Tantra is written by Emily Jane Wolfe. He have presented the thesis to the Fordham University. Many research work have been carried out on the basis of Tantra with the modern day science. The Brain on Ritual, How Tantric Puja Shapes the Mind by Sherry Lynn Morton. And I have stated here many theses which have been presented in the many universities all around the globe. I'm not explaining and going into the details due to the time limit. And another one thing which I have not written here because it is so famous to all person, that is the works done by Brian Weiss. He is the author of the bestseller Same Soul, Many Bodies, and also Many Life, Many Masters, which make the interdisciplinary research between Tantra Shastra and modern day psychology and also parapsychology. So I am moving to the conclusion. That is, I am going to wind up my topic because everyone is eagerly waiting for the presentation of Dr. C.M. Neelakandan sir, and I have promised also I will be keeping the time. The world is in a new trend to visualize the universe through the tantric senses, and the fast-changing world is in an urge to find happiness which can be truly provided by the Tantra Shastra, eternal bliss by the union of Shiva and Shakti. So, I am concluding my words by saying that this is a need of the hour, or Tantra Shastra is a new trendsetter in the field of interdisciplinary researches. The contributions of Carl Jung, can be connected with the Tantra Shastra. Many psychologists and parapsychologists work can be connected with Tantra Shastra. Robotics, software engineering, etc., can be connected with Tantra Shastra. Sound engineering can be connected with Tantra Shastra. Everything and anything can be connected in the light of Tantra Shastra. Many works are going on all around the world, but we can see only very small researches going in India or especially in Kerala related with Tantra. So more and more people should come forward to work on the field of, to work in the field of Tantra. So I am not exceeding my time limit. I am keeping my promise. So I am concluding my words and once again thanking all the IQSC members who have given me a golden chance to present a paper in the international seminar. Thank you everyone.
Thank you, Tejas Nambudiri. In his limited time, he proved the scientific relevance of Tantra Shastra. We are also planning in our Sanskrit college to start a course in continuing education department on temple culture. Okay. Now, Dr. C.M. Neelakandan, our elder. He's a light and guide of our college and all of us. Sorry. Dr. C.M. Neelakandan, he is highly inspiring, charming, and intellectual legend who is a true well-wisher of our college. He has contributed a lot of works in the Vedic field. Today, his presentation also about Vedic field only. I cordially invite with all respect Dr. C.M. Neelakanthan sir to present the paper as his valedictory address on scope and challenges in Vedic research. Dr. C.M. Neelakanthan Mahodaya Nitaram Prasiddha Vishishya Vedavidya Prachara Vishaye Kerala Bahukaryam Kurune Vasti Ada Karma Rataha Tasmai Mahabhagaya Sagam Vyahatiya Ramami Agate Mahabhag.
Okay, am I audible to you? Can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Okay, clear?
Yes.
Clear.
Yes, yes.
Clear,
Very
clear, clear.
Thank you.
Okay.
Sadashivasamarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. I am very happy to join with all of you in the international webinar on emerging trends of modern research in the fields of Sanskrit knowledge, conducted by the IQAC of Government Sanskrit College, Thiruvananthapuram. I was attending the sessions for the last 4 days, today including 5 days, not fully, but major deliberations, major lectures, many poems. I was attending the deliberations of foreign scholars, then scholars from Kerala, and the young teachers and students, research scholars. All deliberations I was attending, and I feel happy that much care is being taken by the young generation to do in-depth research in the fields of Sanskrit knowledge in different ways. Many lectures, many presentations were related to many diversified topics related to Sanskrit, like Tantra, Ayurveda, many topics, and they show interest. They show keen interest in all these things. I admire and I appreciate the venture of the coordinators of this webinar, Mr. Rajesh Unnikrishnan, Principal Dr. Amala, and all staff members and research scholars who are involved in the coordination of this webinar. And also Sanskrit College, which has a great history, which has a great intellectual academic tradition, great scholars, great V. Krishnan Thambi, so many great scholars, K. Damodaran, very eminent scholars were teachers there. I had no opportunity to be a student of the Sanskrit College Thiruvananthapuram, but for 1 year I was the student of the Kerala University Sanskrit department. About 50 more than 50 years ago for my MPhil course in the Department of Sanskrit, University of Kerala in 76, actually, just after my MA course. And directly and indirectly, I am associated with the activities of the Sanskrit College also, which is continuing even now. So I feel it very happy and proud to be part of your webinar, and I congratulate the organizers once more, and I thank them for inviting me also for the webinar. And this webinar is concluding today, and this talk, my presentation is regarded as the valedictory message, or in the form of valedictory lecture or valedictory presentation. And I will be concentrating on some topics related to the research in Vedic studies today, the scope and challenges. I was attached to the Vedic studies very late. When I was working in Sanskrit College, Pattambi, Sri OMC Narayana Namboodiripad, the great scholar who translated complete Rigveda into Malayalam with Sayana Bhashya. The first complete translation of Rigveda in verses is by Vallathol Narayana Menon, all of you know. It was a great contribution to the literature to Malayalam language and literature. He translated whole of Rigveda into Malayalam in verse form. But it is Sri OMC Narayana Namboodiripad who translated Rigveda with the Sayana Bhashya, not full Sayana Bhashya, with the relevant portions of Sayana Bhashya wherever necessary, whichever necessary for each mantra. The Malayalam translation of Sayana, relevant portions of, important portions of Sayana Bhashya of each mantra. It was published first from Brahmasambadham Thrissur in 8 volumes, 8 Ashtakas in 8 volumes. It is a very great contribution to our literature, Malayalam literature, Malayalam language, Malayalam research field, as well as Sanskrit research field, and in total study research in Vedic knowledge. A great work he has done. When he was that 8 volumes first published from Thrissur Brahmasambadham, that edition is not available now. And you know, for the all 8 volumes, there is elaborate study, introduction study for all the 8 volumes by great scholars like N.V. Krishavariyar, Sukumar Azhikode, E.R. Sri Krishna Sharma. Last 8th volume, introduction by Dr. Sri Ranganathananda. Great scholars, celebrated scholars have written introductory studies to each volumes. And everyone who are interested in the Vedic studies should go through these studies. They are very elaborate studies, very deep studies, great scholars, and also the translation of Rigveda with Sayana Bhasha in Malayalam by OMC Narayanan Namboodiripad. The edition come out from Brahmasammadam Thrissur is not available now, is out of print, and later DC Books took over the whole project. They accepted the whole project, and they again brought out the edition in 8 volumes, and that is also not available in the shops, I think, because the whatever edition number of books they have brought out, they have been sold, I think. Anyhow, the first edition of Brahmasammadam 8 volumes and second edition of DC Books, both are available in libraries, and you can have a thorough search or reading of them. So it is first the OMC Narayanan Namboodiripad after Mahakavi Vallathol who attempted a complete translation of Rigveda with Sayana Bhashya into Malayalam. Later, the other Vedas, texts, Yajurveda, Samaveda, Atharvaveda, many translations, authentic translations have appeared in Malayalam language. So now the literature is, the field is very open to all. Many books are there, many literature is available, many books and articles, compilation of articles, many things are available related to Vedic studies now. And it was when OMC Narayanan Namboodiripad was the president of the Thrissur Brahmasammadam. I was just starting my profession as teacher in Patambi College. Then OMC Narayanan Namboodiripad in Brahmasammadam, they planned a new scheme of Vedic education, correspondence course for Rigveda. And they formed a committee, and myself and Professor Paleli Narayanan Namboodiripad, many of you would have heard of him. He is familiar in the field of Sanskrit, Veda and Bhagavata. Not now, some years ago he left us. Myself and Professor, he was professor in the UC College Alva, a great Vedic scholar. Myself and Paleli Narayanan Namboodiripad was entrusted in the task of preparing notes in English and Malayalam for the international correspondence course in Rigveda. And the course worked for 3 years. And after that, for many reasons, it did not work, it did not continue. But the lessons we prepared for the correspondence course in Malayalam, about 72 lessons, that myself and Professor Paleli Narayanan Namboodiripad, we sat together and edited, and we brought out a very, very compiled book of these notes, which include the selected mantras of Rigveda in a particular vision. First year 24 mantras, there was 2 lessons in 1 month. So first year mantras related to our daily life, second year philosophical. In that way there is a perspective, and that book was brought out as in the name of Veda Kiranangal in Malayalam. That also first from Brahmasammadam, authored combinedly by myself and Professor Paleli Narayanan Namboodiripad, and second edition from Panjangam Pustakashala Kunangulam. Now it was after, while I was engaged in all these works, Sanskrit University started starting the Vedic Studies department, and I was appointed as the reader first in the Department of Sahitya, and I was given charge of the new Center for Vedic Studies. And then I was concentrating both in Sahitya and in Vedic Studies. I used to say Sahitya is my wedded wife and Veda is my love. In that way, I used to accept both these. And there, I was given the charge of the Center for Vedic Studies. The first project I undertook in Sanskrit University, then Professor Paulos was the registrar, Dr. N.P. Unni was the Vice Chancellor, and Dr. N.B.P. Unnithiri was the Pro Vice Chancellor. The Samaveda tradition of Kerala, Kerala Jaiminiya Samaveda practiced by the Nambodiris, that was going to extinct. Because in Thrissur district, in the village of Panal, only 5 families was practicing that, and at that time, in 95-98, in that period, only 5 aged Nambodiris of Panal village were knowing the full chanting of the Samaveda in all its Prakriti Vikriti Pathas. And there is no continuation for that, because Samaveda is, the chanting of Samaveda is most difficult when compared to the Rigveda or Yajurveda. So, university launched a project for recording the available chanting tradition of Samaveda of Kerala, which is very important. So, I was interested as the coordinator of the project, and 95 hours of recording of Kerala Jaiminiya Samaveda was done. It was at that time that the central government, through central government, a project was submitted to UNESCO for recognizing Veda as the intangible heritage of humanities. And that project was submitted by Dr. Sudha Gopalakrishnan very efficiently. She submitted the project. Sudha Gopalakrishnan submitted the similar project for Kudiyatam also to UNESCO. And Sudha Gopalakrishnan was the first director of NMM, National Mission for Manuscripts, New Delhi, in IGNCA. And both these projects were approved by the UNESCO. And Kudiyatam and Vedic chanting, both were recognized as the intangible heritage of humanity, along with the Ramalila. First 3 knowledge traditions were accepted by UNESCO from India. Later, now Mudiyata, etc. also are being accepted, but first 3, Vedic chanting, Kudiyatam and Ramalila. And in 1998, at that period, the Cultural Department, Government of India, after recognizing these 3 knowledge systems by UNESCO, it was a great recognition for India, for all of us, for our knowledge traditions, for Vedic tradition, for Kudiyatam and for Ramalila. A committee was constituted by the Cultural Department, Government of India, to identify various institutions, Padhashalas, institutions, teaching, propagating these 3 knowledge systems and giving some grant to them. And for Vedic tradition, myself was selected as a member of the committee of the Cultural Department. And Dr. Bhagyalata Pataskar from Pune was another member. And at that time, Professor Sri Jayakumar, who was the Chief Secretary, and after that, he was the Vice Chancellor of the Malayalam University, now retired. He was the Secretary in the Cultural Department in New Delhi. So we were very cordially attending or taking decisions in the committees. And at that time, we identified so many pathashalas all over India, and we decided to promote the activities of the pathashalas by giving grant of various kinds for various projects to all the pathashalas for teaching Veda all over India. In the similar way for Kudiyatam and Ramlila also. I was in the committee of for the Vedic studies. And in Kerala at that time, there was Thrissur Brahmasammadam, Tirunavaya Brahmasammadam, Kanji Kamagodi Yajurveda Pathashala, Irnyalakoda, then Samaveda Pathashala, Panyal, Kadavallur Anyonyam, and Department of Vedic Studies, Shankaracharya University. For all these, we could provide grand financial assistance, 80 lakhs, 9 lakhs, 10 lakhs, in various ways, according to the projects they submitted. And at that time, about 70, 80 lakhs rupees, we could divert to the institutions where Vedic studies are going on in Kerala, similarly in other parts of India also. And with that, we could do so many things related to so many projects related to publications, conducting seminars, then conducting courses in Vedic chanting, irrespective of, for all those who are interested, irrespective of caste, creed, gender, all these things we could do. And this trend, as is very much now progressing, and now there are so many people working in Kerala also, like in other parts of India and in the other parts of the world, in the Vedic studies, very in different dimensions, interpreting Vedic knowledge, doing research in Vedic knowledge in the way that they are very much useful to the present scenario of knowledge in all dimensions in the modern world. Now, this is the background in which now we are in the field of Vedic research. So here, what has been doing or what has been happening in the Vedic research just before these activities were done, and what is now happening, and what should happen in the future. Regarding these things, I will give a very brief elaboration, a very brief. Before 12:30, I will conclude my deliberation, my presentation, and after that, those who have any doubt, you can raise questions and or you can interact. Now you see what happened in Kerala in these years, about 20 years, more than 20 years. Myself and my colleagues, Dr. Ravindran, who is now, he is my successor in the Shankaracharya University Kaladi, and many people, there is a group who are with a samana manaha, with the same thought and same attitude and vision. We are working hard. We are working hard in this field even now for the last 20 years minimum, more than 20 years, of course. And now what has happened? What has happened by this activity? What rethinking or what kind of new spirit has been acquired in the field in these years, and what was the scenario before that, and what we have to do in the future. Now these things. Now you see, all of you know that Veda, teaching Veda knowledge, Vedic knowledge was restricted to Brahmanas only. you see, not only Brahmanas, you will be very wonderstruck to know that even among the Namboodiris, no, all sections of Namboodiris were allowed to learn Veda or to do Sravada Yagas. Even among the Namboodiris, only a section of them were allowed, were adhigaris to learn Veda. We had the Otta Ilyata Nambudiri, Otta Ilyata, those who are not allowed to learn Veda traditionally among the Nambudiris. And among the Nambudiris, those who are not authorized to do Vedas. So this restriction or this kind of reservation was there for Vedic studies among the Nambudiris themselves, as well as among the other castes, other communities. This was the scenario. And also, it was, what is the content of Veda? Oh, it is mantras. That the Vedas contain mantras that are related to our divine thought and divine life, and we do upasana with mantras. We do some rites with mantras for getting so many benefits in our life from God or from some unseen power. And this was the concept. And this was not even allowed to be heard by those other than Namboodiris, and even those ladies among the Namboodiris. So in a way, this is very clear, Stri, Shudra, etc. Very clear scenario. So this was considered or restricted to a section of the community, a very minor section of the community, and the study or understanding of the Vedic knowledge was limited to, I used to say, religion, belief and ritualism. Religion, belief and ritualism. Matam, Acharam, Vishwasam. This is the knowledge wealth of Vedic Hindu religion, and this contains some mantras and other things that have mystical powers, and that is belief. They are all belief oriented, and this is part of rituals like yagas and other Sravada rituals, and the Smarta portion in Smarta rituals. So two things were there limiting Vedic studies. One is that it was the study, learning, understanding, the knowledge totally was limited to a section, a very minor section in the community. Some among the Brahmins, some only among the Brahmins, not others in the Brahmins and not others in the other communities. And secondly, it was limited to religion, ritual, belief oriented atmosphere. Now these two things we could break. These two things we could break with our persistent effort in the study and research of Vedic knowledge. And this happened not only in Veda, but in Kudiyatam and all other things. In traditional art forms also, this has happened, and this is happening. This is inevitable also in a way. But one thing you should understand, this is very slow in some parts of our country, and this is very fast in some parts of our country, according to the socio-cultural, environmental, political backgrounds. In Kerala, this was very quick. In other parts, this is being the new trend is being ascertained, but slowly only. In Kerala, it was very fast, because in Kerala we have a secular, a very modern, a very a thought, a thinking of Renaissance, nationalism, secularism, humanism, etc. So in Kerala, this was very quick. So in Kerala, to get roots for all these kind trends, it was very easy. And now you see in Kerala, this is not only in Kerala, in the progressive, those scholars who have the progressive ideas, with progressive ideas all over India and all over the world, this kind of studies and researches in Vedas are being done now. So this shifting, this kind of shifting of Vedic studies from the limitations of religion, ritual, and belief to the secular, academic, research-oriented situation. This is a very important thing that happened in the modern time. In not only in Kerala, Kerala was is a fertile region to promote that. In all universities and academic centers all over India and all over the world. From this kind of shifting, for this, you see, there is a very important principle in social science. Many of you may be knowing that social science, a very important study, a very important theory in social sciences is that some very important knowledge systems may be created, may be produced, may be generated, may be developed in a particular section of the society due to so many socio-cultural, historical reasons. But social science, according to theory of social science, it is said that, but after the knowledge system is originated, developed, once, then it becomes the wealth of the whole society, irrespective of caste, creed, or gender, or anything. So this is the theory. Whenever after the emergence of the knowledge system, even after that, when the efforts are done for restricting the same to the section, to the limited section, then contradictions and confusions in the growth of the knowledge systems begin. This is the same case with the Kalari. So many similar knowledge traditions, Kathakali, Kudiyatam. Kudiyatam was taught only to Chakyas and Nambyas, but after Kudiyatam was started as a department in Kalamandalam, now it is open to all. Now our knowledge systems are open to all. Our knowledge system should be open to all. Now the traditional ways and methods, we should honor them, we should accept them, but at the same time, it should be open to all. So opening this knowledge system of Vedas to all, irrespective of caste, creed, and gender, and shifting the studies and researches from the limited areas of mere belief, ritual, and religion to academic, research-oriented level is a very important shifting in the area of Vedic research. Now, based on that, three important fields of Vedic research are now being done all over the world. One is studying and doing research in the fields of Vedic knowledges, as many of my friends and great scholars presented their ideas in the previous lectures. One is interdisciplinary or multidisciplinary studies to synthesize Vedic knowledge with interdisciplinary and multidisciplinary studies. I am not going to elaborate and there are many auxiliary works related to Vedas like Shiksha, Vyakarana, Niruktam, Jyotisham. That is Jyotisham is Vedanga Jyotisham, that is astronomy, actually not astrology, Vedanga Jyotisham, Chandas, Kalpam, all these texts, they contain both many things related to linguistic studies, phonetic studies, then etymology, interpretation of Vedas, so many studies and researches are being done, can be done based on all these texts, correlating them or synthesizing them with similar studies, with similar topics emerging in the modern trends, in the modern knowledge systems. This is one thing. Second thing we can do is, there are so many texts and editions related to Vedic studies that are very important, which are published many years ago, but no editions and studies of them are available now. The great scholars from Europe and countries in Europe and in India, many important editions and studies of these texts. In Kerala, Sadguru Shishya, a very great scholar, he has written commentaries on many Vedic texts, and many of them have been published from Oriental Massive Library, Thiruvananthapuram, about 80 or 70 years ago. Many of the editions are not available now. Very rare editions, rarely found in some libraries. So they contain very important knowledge. Even the introduction part of the such texts are very important. Like I said in the beginning, the introduction part of the Sayana Rigveda Bhashya of OMC. So all these things. Now we have to bring new editions of all these texts based on the rare existing editions, which will be very useful for the new generation who are indulging in Vedic studies. Then the third thing is, as I was interacting after some lectures in the previous days, many manuscripts related to Vedic knowledge are manuscripts and transcripts. So many manuscripts and transcripts related to the Vedic knowledge, related to other knowledge systems in Sanskrit. I am now limiting this area to the related to Vedic knowledge only. Many important manuscripts, commentaries, and new works are there in the massive libraries of Kerala and other parts of India related to Vedic studies, which are to be explored, which are to be studied, and which are to be explored, and new editions of them have to be brought out by the scholars. So many new areas of study will get opened. They are both in transcripts and in manuscripts also. Manuscripts, both. Manuscripts means in palm leaf, transcripts written in paper. So in these ways, there are so many works. I have attempted one project successfully related to this, and that is preservation techniques of the Rigveda chanting of Kerala. It was a project carried out by myself when I was in the Shankaracharya University. Myself and Dr. Ravindran. We collected all such unpublished works related to the chanting techniques, preservation techniques of the Rigveda of Kerala, and a compilation of about 300-400 pages, preservation techniques of the Rigveda chanting of Kerala, was brought out. And in that we have included so many new works. One commentary of Professor Vishnu Nambudiri, who is a great Vyakarana scholar, of Shankaracharya University, he wrote a commentary for the Sukta Shlokas of Melpattur Narayana Bhatta for the first time, which is included there. Dr. K.V. Vasudevan's work, Bhakruja Hasta Lakshana Deepika, the mudras of Rigveda, very rare practice of chanting Rigveda with the mudras. Dr. Vasudevan wrote a small treatise on the Rigveda mudras. Such works were included in them, and the preservation techniques of the Rigveda chanting of Kerala. This is relevant not only to Rigveda of Kerala, this is relevant to all other Vedic texts, Samaveda, Yajurveda. For Yajurveda, there is a similar text called Sapta Lakshanam, which is very important. So, bringing out these works contained in the manuscripts and transcripts and editing them and publishing them, this is very important, very relevant. So the main three areas I have discussed now, but these are scopes, but at the same time there is challenge, a great challenge also to work in these fields, because already many manuscripts that are preserved in the private collections, in many private collections of Kerala, have been located and shifted to the massive libraries. At the same time, many manuscripts and transcripts are even now remaining in private collections, unattended, undiscovered. So we have to put our effort. Is very difficult thing to do research in manuscript. You see, we have to travel, we have to identify old houses, we have to go there, we have to sit there for many days, we have to get the manuscripts with the consent of the owner, and we have to decipher them, identify them. It's a very, very, very difficult work that requires patience. Then the all dust and all things which we have to bear, so difficult. But we have to undertake such difficult tasks. Then only we can identify more and more texts, more and more commentaries, more and more. One of my students was doing PhD in Kaladi. He was doing PhD in a commentary on Katyayana Sarvanukramani, which is a commentary, rare commentary from Kerala. He got it in manuscript form. It was written by one Akitam Narayana Nambudiri, a very great scholar, maybe one of the member of the present Akitam family. So this is this field, and also for doing all these things, what is required, most important thing required, first, hard work, involvement, patience, dedication. Second thing, to have to develop our knowledge in the traditional Shastras, all Shastras, not only Vedas, all Shastras, like Vyakarana, Nyaya, particularly Kanadam, Paniyam, Padashastram, Vakyashastram, then all these things, Pramana Shastram, Mimamsa, Nyaya, Vyakarana, all these basic Shastras, we should develop our deep knowledge. We should be able to understand the basic texts and the basic the commentaries of them. We should be able to analyze the panktis, karikas and panktis and vrittis, all these things. And for that also, I will recommend that every one of us should devote some time to identify some greatest gurus who are even now remaining in our nearby places, going to them, sit before them, and learn and attain the knowledge, a very deep knowledge of the Shastras. Then only with that we can indulge in the works like research and publication and identification of manuscripts and all these things in Vedic field. And after acquiring all these things, we should shift this kind of work to interdisciplinary multidisciplinary or transdisciplinary areas. Then we can do even now Kerala, when compared to all other parts of India, India is the only region where this Vedic tradition has been preserved. And in India also, Kerala is the fertile place where all these Vedic traditions of Rigveda, Yajurveda, and Samaveda. Atharva Veda tradition is not in Kerala. Atharva Veda was not taught in Kerala, but all the other three Vedas, Taittiriya Shakha, Krishna Yajurveda of Krishna Yajurveda, Taittiriya Shakha of Yajurveda, Jaiminiya Shakha of Samaveda, and the Shagala Shakha of Rigveda. All these three Vedas, they are chanting Prakriti Pathas, Vikriti Pathas, their importance, all these are preserved with pristine purity even now in our region, which is being appreciated by all scholars all over the world. They are even now giving attention to Kerala for study and research in Vedic studies. Now, 2 days before, Professor Gangadharan Nair sir was mentioning Professor Witzel. Witzel is the follower of the great Vedic scholar Professor Stahl, who was the coordinator of the Yaga Adiratra for filling a gap for many decades. Adiratra was performed in Panyal in 1975. Professor Stahl was the main coordinator. And Stahl, after this Adiratra, Stahl published 2 big volumes related to Adiratra and Kerala Vedic tradition, the Agni, 2 big volumes. One with studies of great scholars from Kerala and other parts of India on Vedic tradition. Other second volume with the full proceedings of the all 12 days ritual aspects of this Adiratra, 2 big volumes. You see, I used to request my students, you at least go to the library, take the 2 big volumes of Adiratra and just to go through that, at least. So encouraging. What a great work Professor Stahl has done. Witzel is the follower of Stahl, who is also doing so many work related to Vedic studies. So many scholars from all over the world, not only all over India. Don't think that Western scholars are more doing more things. We are also doing equal things, and there are reliable, very great scholars in all these fields, both in India and in the West. And there are scholars who are not so very prominent in India, and so we should be able to understand the merit and whatever contribution has been done from other parts. We should understand, we should know and accept, understand, receive whatever we can receive from them, and then using our fertile traditions, we should be able to rebuild the gaps and present new areas of studies and research in Vedic studies. I think this is time now, 12:30, and it is enough now. And I am very happy that I have been given the opportunity to take part in the very important webinar. And I once again thank all of you for giving me this opportunity. And of course, 5 or 10 minutes, if one can have any point of interaction, it is welcome.
Yes. Now 5 minutes for discussion. Anybody? Any question? Any clarification? Any direction? Any guidance? Okay. Thanks, or Neelakanthan Mash, who is trying to make Veda Vidya to access by all, open to all, and who is contributing his time and intellect to propagate this Veda Vidya, Vedic tradition. Dhanyavadaha. Now, I cordially invite Dr. P. Rajesh Kumar, who is the convener of IQAC, Government Sanskrit College, Trivandrum. Rajesh Kumar, who is very sincerely doing his work to get back our Sanskrit College charm and fame. For this, IQAC doing a lot. Now I invite Dr. P. Rajesh Kumar for a vote of thanks.
താങ്ക് യു ഉണ്ണികൃഷ്ണൻ സാർ. കേൾക്കുന്നുണ്ടല്ലോ അല്ലേ?
കേൾക്കാം.
ഉണ്ണികൃഷ്ണ ഭാഷ കേൾക്കുന്നുണ്ടല്ലോ?
കേൾക്കുന്നുണ്ട്. ഓഡിബിൾ ആണ്.
Indeed, this is a time for pleasure and joy that the 5-day international webinar organized by IPSC of Government Sanskrit College is coming to its successful completion. I'm sure all of us have enjoyed and have been enriched by the scholastic presentation by the luminaries in the field of Sanskrit. The insight imparted, the perspectives shown by them surely will be an inspiration and a light to explore the new areas of the valuable tradition and valuable knowledge or wisdom in Sanskrit literature. I wonder and I admire the dedication and the volume of effort all these scholars, right from the inaugurator Dr. Varkedi, and the last session, valedictory session, was done by Neelakanthan sir. The amount of work they have been doing in the field of research, especially their dedication and devotion. See, this 45 minutes session, how much they have put their exercise, how much they have put their effort to make the presentation. This really admirable and shall be inspiring for all our researchers. In the inaugural session, Dr. Barkadi was mentioning, this is the time to change the perspective towards the Sanskrit knowledge or the Sanskrit research. The compartmentalization or making it is available to one or another sect, this kind of attitude shall be changed. This is the time. I remember both our foreign scholars, our Peter Schraff and Dr. Dominic Goudal, both of them raised their concern over the access to this wisdom, the access to the manuscripts or the knowledge already we have in our Sanskrit tradition. There's a big problem. I remember there was an offer from the German government to the Manuscript Library of Kerala University. They have offered, in fact, 2 proposals. One was to rebuild or reconstruct the entire building, which is in tune with the preservation of the manuscripts, highly digital and technical, air conditioned, and all the internal arrangements for the preservation of the manuscript. That is one proposal. And the other proposal was to make technical support for the preservation of the manuscripts. Unfortunately, both these proposals were ignored or refused by the university. And the fear was this knowledge will be stolen by these German people. sorry, that was the concern raised by the university authorities. Incidentally, German Consulate General, she was the Consulate General was a lady, and she visited the library with his husband. And it was interesting, he was a librarian retired from German university. And he was telling us about M.H. Shastri and Ganapati Shastri and Travancore Sanskrit series, a lot of manuscripts available in German universities. So this is a scenario. So this is a time to break out all these kind of boundaries and walls and the compartments. And we should give importance to sharing the knowledge or assimilating the knowledge. The intention behind the seminar was to highlight this motto or idea that every research in the Sanskrit field, every researcher in Indology have to change their perspective to this wisdom. I'm sure to an extent it became fruitful, that each and every session was highly informative and highly valuable. I think we forgot to take feedback from the our participants, and there's an opportunity due to constraints of time. We're not going to make it audible, but you can send us feedback. You can mail us to IQAC. The mail address is there, or you can put your remarks in WhatsApp form also. Now I'm coming to my responsibility. The seminar, initially it was planned as a national seminar or national webinar, and our principal was the inspiration behind that. As I told you in the first day, most of the colleges, they are conducting webinars, national or international, and many internal quality assurance cells of the colleges, they are also actively involved in these kind of activities. So Dr. Amala was asking us, why don't we organize such a program? It was happened in July, and from that time, we were in touch with Dr. Varkedi sir and Dr. P.C. Murli Madan sir, Neelakandan sir, and all. And after having attempt of more than 2 months, we could manage all these dignitaries in the same single platform in these 5 days. So first of all, I express my sincere gratitude for the inspiration given by our honorable principal behind this seminar, which became fruitful and materialized. Thank you, Dr. V.K. Amala, for the relevance to us. Dr. Varkedi is always a close companion and a close supporter of our college. He was the man for the inauguration of this webinar. I would express my sincere gratitude to Dr. Varkedi sir. After that, Dr. C. Rajendran was our keynote speaker. He had a very authentic presentation with regard to the different areas and different perspectives in the field of Sanskrit research. After that, Dr. P.C. Murli Madhavan, Dr. Dominic Goodall, then Dr. Peter Schraff, and Dr. Amba Kulkarni, Dr. K.G. Paulos, and Dr. Mutalishmi, and here today, Rani Sadashivamurthy, and the most respected Neelakandan sir. Each and everyone have contributed their best to this webinar. I sincerely remember all their contribution. And coming to today's session, Dr. Rani Sadashivamurthy was today's the first person to give the lecture. As our anchor and our vice principal rightly said, He has been a supporter for us for the last 5 years, and he presented a paper in Sanskrit which would cover the entire area of Sanskrit research on behalf of IQAC and Government Sanskrit College and the participants gathered here virtually. I would express my sincere gratitude to Dr. Rani Sadashivamurthy sir. Next, our Neelakandan sir is always very close to us. He's our teacher. He's always showering that love and affection for us. Whenever he comes to Sanskrit College, he used to say that there is a young gang here, young team here who is actively participated in uplifting the Sanskrit College, and he always used to be the inspiration behind all these activities. On behalf of all you gathered here, on behalf of IQAC and Government Sanskrit College here, I express our sincere gratitude, sir. Thank you, sir. Dr. Mahesh Babu is my friend. He was my roommate for a long time, and he's my very close friend. In fact, for many of us, it was a new area that the cinema is going to be a significant factor in the coming days in Sanskrit studies. He presented the paper very well. It was well informative and very interesting. I thank him on behalf of IQAC, Government Sanskrit College, and the participants gathered here. Thank you, Mahesh. Dr. Tejas is a promising personality, young researcher, and he's a guest lecturer. I think he has been attending the webinar from the first day itself. And one or two times I happened to speak him over phone. I'm sure he's a promising person, a researcher or teacher in our Sanskrit fraternity. I express my sincere gratitude on behalf of IQAC and Sanskrit College and everyone, each and everyone who gathered here. And now the time to express my sincere gratitude to all of you who have gathered here and who has been a inspiration for all of us for the last 5 days. Teachers are there, coaches are there, those who are retired from service, they are also there. Researchers are there, students of the colleges, and many Sanskrit lovers are also here. On behalf of IQAC and the Government Sanskrit College and all the student staff of the college, I express my sincere gratitude to each and one of you. Thank you all.
Thanks, Rajesh Kumar. Now we'll conclude this international.
One second. I'm sorry. I forgot to mention one name who is very silent and who has been working, and he has put a lot of effort to make it virtual webinar. That is none other than our Sudhish. You may not be seeing him, but he is behind the screen. He has been supporting me for the last 3-4 weeks. So each and every time, if I have a problem, because the virtual platform, I'm not familiar with that. Sudhish is supporting us for all these days, right from the beginning, formulating the Google form, etc. Still now he's there behind, but you cannot see him. He's there. It will be injustice from my part if I do not mention his name. I express my sincere gratitude to Sudhish also. Thank you.
धन्यवादः. सर्वेभ्यः पुनः पुनः धन्यवादान् वितीर्य इंटरनेशनल सेमिनार अत्र समाप्यते. सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः, सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः, सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु, मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्. ओम शांति शांति शांति. Thanks to all.
Thank you.